Hey everybody, and welcome back to another WIP Wednesday. WIP Wednesday? That's Customs come at you. This is WIP Sunday. I'll figure out what show I'm on here in a minute. Can you hear me at DaGobiCustoms? Hello. I think he's having speaker issues. One thing, I just got nothing in particular to work on tonight. I've got a few different customs I'm working on. I got some playing around with some kit bashing and a few things. That might be him. Let's see. Okay. I got start mocking up the pieces for my Ultraverse hard case. I'm using the modern Hercules torso and some young Thor lower body, which is basically a Hyperion. And let's see. I had to do some make an adapter plate. Did a little bit of work with an epoxy. The waist piece is actually smaller in diameter than the Thor piece, but it's longer. It looks better proportionally. And there we go. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing all right. Looking at everybody. DaGobiCustoms is having issues with his microphone, so.
Oh, really?
Or one of his speakers or microphone. Looks like he's got a killer diorama he's working on.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. Been mocking up the parts for hard case, and I got parts for electrocute. I got the green pieces I need for electrocute. If anybody's watched the latest review on the channel, it's Siren.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that I'm chopping this up for customs because of the defects on it.
Yeah. Premium money, not and crappy QC.
Yeah. So it sounds like they're racing a Super 7.
Yeah.
Super 7, they're $55 a figure in horrible QC.
Yeah. Well, Hasbro's not too far behind now with the up here. We're paying about $42 a figure for the new releases.
Yeah.
So you figure we're closing in on 45 up here. So
you're not rocking your avatar.
You know what? That's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna. I gotta go back in because I saved it to my. I have another tablet. I saved it on there, and I'm on an iPad now, and I don't have it like when you sent it to me yesterday.
Yeah.
Which one should I use? The green one?
Whichever one you prefer, my friend.
Give me 1 sec.
Let me check in with DaGobiCustoms real quick. Send them invite. Copy the clipboard. I will send him a new link since we got his showcasing some of his customs diorama pieces. But be good if we can figure out the connection issues with them.
Yeah.
There he is. I can hear you now, sir.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I cannot hear a thing.
Hello?
This is... Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what in the world? Why is my headset not taking priority?
I don't know. You can't hear us?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we could hear you, but we couldn't.
Yeah, it's taking. Hold on, I'm trying to speakerphone. I want speakerphone. My wired headset.
StreamYard seems to struggle with mobile devices.
There it goes.
Oh, we lost him. He'll be back. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and heat up some these parts on the Shriek so I can take her apart.
Yeah.
There you are. Hulk smash.
Yeah, thank you for making that for me.
You're
Can you
welcome.
guys? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Oh, thank God. Oh man. Okay. Whew.
You might hear a humming in the background. I'm going to start up the microwave to heat up some water.
Oh, okay.
Might as well get some popcorn going while you're at it.
Hey, don't tempt me. Now I'm eating popcorn.
I know what I can do in the meantime. Let's paint these little honeycombs on the leader.
Yeah. Is your arm still hurting from me twisting it to buy that AIM scientist?
Oh, my hand. It might be what's wrong with my hand. I've had a bad flare up of arthritis today. I'm going to plan on doing some sculpting on the electrocute, some of her costume details. My right hand does not want to cooperate to do that kind of fine detail right now.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
So I'll do some other stuff. Like I want to, after I do this and take the electrocute part and the siren part for electrocute, I'm going to start working on the sculpting on the waist piece for my hard case. I said it would go with the George Perez style hard case. George's hard case was always bigger and buffer. They don't like in the hard case was always big, but when George drew him, he was big. He could go about toe to toe with Prime.
He was huge.
Yeah. Share my screen here. There's the breakthrough cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Hardcase was huge when George drew him.
Hardcase is one of my favorite characters, though.
And very tempting to do a Space Prime too. They wouldn't have to actually do the gauntlets on him and boots. Basically, just paint the details. The only really sculpting is the air packs on his back and on his legs. And basically smooth up between the chest where you can put a water slide decal on the chest.
Still got a couple of versions of Prime to make.
Yeah, I still got a few left. Oh, over there. Somebody got.
I wonder who did that.
Oh no, that looks pretty cool.
That man looks amazing.
I wonder who put it on that website.
World's greatest customizers.
I wonder why Hasbro hadn't hired this guy.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
There's a lot of people in this group here. Should be at least getting consulting fees or something other, and they'd help them a lot.
Yeah, these companies ain't gonna do that.
That's a cool Superboy there.
Yeah, that was double flip.
Yeah. Is that like the animated series, the version of Superboy, or is he doing like his take on the '90s one?
Yeah, that looks that way.
You know what I made? I really wish somebody would make a Superman X, the one from the Legion cartoon.
Oh yeah, I know, like the clone.
Yeah, the one that had like kryptonite rays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was like literally my favorite Superman. He didn't get no love, man. He should have.
Yeah.
But that was a great character.
That was a great, really good series.
It really was. If nothing else, man, DC, they might not be kicking it with the movies, but man, oh man, they animated series is on another level.
Their animated is so much better.
Yep.
Yeah. Like those are the people that they need to be hiring for the movies.
Yeah. That's a killer diorama you're working on there.
Oh man, I quit it. I appreciate you making me blush over here.
Yeah, my hands were struggling today with I was actually Modesto sent me a set of those loose collector angel wings. Dark angel wings. Put it down. I end up stripping them down, and I've been sanding all those little grooves, putting them up real good. And man, that was been cramping my hand up like crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
But it's it kind of makes me feel better about my casting ability, because it's had some of the same defects I've ran into with casting parts and resin.
Hey, you know we are our own worst critics.
With it had like really fine like air pinholes in the back. So I've been like smoothing up, cleaning that up. And you can't, well, what I found out too with resin, you can't spray paint over top of those little air bubbles. The paint will bubble up around them. So you got to use, I use Tester's white primer. And I've been putting a coat of that on there with white primers. And once the white primer's on it, seals it. Then I can hit it with the smooth coat primer, spray primer. I got a few more treatments to make sure you get all the grooves really good. I was working really good, getting these back ones done, the grooves done real clean. Not even thinking, realizing, oh wait, that's the side. The other side's going to be the one visible to. So I make sure this side's really good. When it's on the figure, it's going to be like that instead of that. But it's working out pretty good.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Hey, would you want to come back on and chat with us? Invite.
Who we got?
Modesto from last week.
Oh, heck yeah.
Feel free to come on in.
The king of die.
Yes, sir. Now I have no issues wanting to try to figure out. I want to dye some parts.
Yeah, exactly.
You are the man.
Good day, sir. Good
How's
night.
it going?
What's happening?
Not much.
Your tutorial last week's going to get me like I'm going to start on dye these Hercules parts up for hard case. Yeah, this is definitely going to be. I got looking at all the different parts, and I got looking at the George Perez artwork. He drew hard case huge,
Right.
and I had an extra modern Hercules. Like, I like that torso, but that lower body was awful.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do the Hyperion Leg Swap. It was basically the young Thor legs and some Hyperion legs. It's the same Hyperion parts.
Right.
But these legs look really good on this figure.
It's actually matching up real nice.
Yeah, it's thicker.
Yeah.
Beefy.
Proportion. The young Thor torso is a little wide. Wide and not thick this way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's wide this way. So it looks off. It's a better torso than the regular Hyperion torso.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it still looks off. So this Herc torso, I think, looks really good. With these legs, I just got to resculpt the lower waist piece and the his blocks to match up with the body a little better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little gap when you try to use this waist piece on the body. So I took a piece of wiring, drilled a hole in it so I can match it up, made a spacer, and took a pencil, stuck the Hercules torso in through the styrene, took my pencil and traced around it so I can get my template. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit taller than the Hercules with using these legs and that spacer.
You gave yourself a little bit of height there.
Yep. I think that's one thing that helps with the proportions.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the body up. Yeah, I'm definitely going to dye some parts on this. Even with painting parts, though, with the way the Hercules body is made, you got plenty of clearance in this ab crunch.
That's good.
We're gonna try dyeing it that blue.
I'm not sure if I want to go blue or black, then dry brush blue over top.
I would say go with my personal opinion, I'd say go with the black and then dry brush the blue over top.
Yeah.
Or I'm telling you, man, you really need to try the Zenithal highlight method.
I definitely will give that.
Oh, Zenithal, is that the airbrush method?
You can Zenithal highlight with the airbrush, or you can do it freehand. It's just harder to do freehand.
Yeah,
Zenithal's
what's that guy from Canada? He does that really, really well.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, bring it. Go ahead.
Where is the guy?
Is it Toronto Customs?
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, action
Yeah.
figure Toronto. Yeah, he does that Zenithal method. He makes it seem like it's effortless, but
Dude, it's I'm gonna use it on this diorama I'm actually doing, because like what it is, man, you can if you look where the light's hitting, depends on where you want it, and then that's how you hit the spray, the light. So you do your black base coat or whatever you're gonna do, and then you'll hit it with the highlights from that angle,
right.
and then after that, then you do everything else.
Eventually, once I get an airbrush, I'm gonna have to try to do that with the airbrush.
And Jared, I know you got an airbrush, so you know.
Yeah, I need to put that regulator on it, and or start using it a little more. Do these 4 honeycomb patterns on the chest real quick.
I think you do something like that, man, your stuff would look even more immaculate.
So
Jared, these guys got to see some of Freddie's work. Eh?
Oh yeah, Freddy's works amazing. Oh, a little word to caution when you're using a Dremel. I'm bad to set my Dremel down when it's still spinning.
Oh God.
I smacked my magnifying glasses. At least it's on the top part where it doesn't bother me, but it's not been scratched them. I've had these for years. It's like, damn it, I scratched my left glass. They're not expensive.
Hey, you know, that could be a movie, hey, When Dremels Attack.
When Dremel, really?
I tried dyeing that Archangel already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm having to do a second run in the dyeing process because I cleaned it all up and then I threw it in there, baked it up for about a good hour and some change, and everything came out black with the exception of the torso came out bronze because of the ABT plastic that they use for that. But then all the other pieces they were completely black, and I was like, let me let it cure for a couple of days and then I'll get back at it. Came back a couple of days later, everything was the same bronze, so I'm doing a second dye run on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just trying to see if it's going to work. If not, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to. So I figured I'd be the guinea pig. That way you don't start it, and then you have the same process I got. I don't know if it's the color or what, but because like that morph figure, everything came out black. Even like the upper torso, the ABT plastic was pretty much black. There wasn't any bronzing on it. So I don't know if it's the color mold, the color of the plastic that they're using helps or deters it from actually holding it better or what.
Because it's got like a metallic paint on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can still see the metallic paint on the pieces. Some are better than others, but if you look at like the torso, it's a little bit harder to see it. So I took like a flashlight and shone it on there, and you could actually still see the pattern for the paint.
Okay, so the pattern is still there.
Yeah, just the torso, the harder plastic, it's a bit harder to see the paint than it is the soft plastics.
Mm.
You know what? The only thing I'm wondering is if maybe because they used, I'm not sure if it's the plastic that's got that metallic look to it, or if it's the that they used, because even the regular colored Archangels got like I'm talking about that one there, the one from back in the day, not the one that they re-released. It had like a metallic paint job, or the plastics were metallic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's got something to do with it. Maybe it's the dye is taking to it different.
It might be, because I'm looking at the More figure right now, and it's like there's a slight bronzing on the harder plastic, but everything else, like the biceps and the forearms, the upper thighs and legs and boots, everything is like black.
Yeah.
But everything on this figure, including the soft plastics, bronzed up after a few days.
That's weird.
So I figured I'm right now, I'm cooking them up right now, trying to see if it'll help. Maybe I just didn't cook it long enough. I don't know.
I'm sure you'll figure it out, man.
It's one of those things. It's like I figured out a good method for certain ones, but they don't all come out completely black. But for the most part, 99% of it's been better than that, with the exception of that not the Wendigo, but that Zemnu body that came out bronze. That still looks pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That could actually work for a pretty cool paint job with like a bear color scheme too, like where you can the bronze, you can throw a little black wash on there, then start dry brushing some browns on it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think the major thing is, I guess, if the joints, as long as the joints, like you don't have to worry about paint rubbing the joints. Like that's the major issue, right?
Yeah. Well, I showed you guys last week when I was scraping it with the X-Acto knife, and nothing. There was no color coming off of it. It was just strictly black coming off.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure with the softer plastics they're pretty porous. So once you heat them up, those pores open up. It's just soaking up the dye probably directly, almost completely into the actual piece itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely going inside.
So worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, then I'll just buy another Archangel. Maybe I'll buy the newer release, the deluxe box set, and give that away. Because I had one, but I don't want to use that one. I'll just buy a spare and just test it. Because the blue's a little bit lighter. I don't know if it'll take it better, and then might be easier.
Yeah.
But those damn deluxe box sets, they were running $35-$40 for a while, and I guess they must have really spiked up because now everybody's wanting $60 to $75 for them.
Dang.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's like some fool on eBay is trying to sell it for $250.
Yeah, some people, man.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody he'll find a sucker, man. Don't worry about it.
There's somebody that's gonna buy it. They're gonna be like, oh well, let me just buy it. It's like, all right, $250. It's like I'm cringing at $65-$70, but I'm not paying all $250 for it.
Yeah.
Just remember, man, for every one of us that won't, there's definitely 15 that will.
Oh yeah. If you got disposable money like that, just to dump $250 on one piece, knock yourself out.
Yeah, for real. That would blast, homie.
Just one born every minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, if it stays bronze, maybe I'll just do them all black. Just paint the whole thing, just go over with a coat of black, and it'll be done with it.
Oh yeah.
Then I didn't like the trigger hands, so I dyed up the Namor hands, the open hands, and then a pair of fist hands. And oddly enough, those came out bronze too. So I was like, okay, I got flesh tone hands, and then the other hands were white, and they came out bronze as well. Normally white takes the dye really well, so I don't know if I even added more dye because I never got rid of the dye from last week. It just sat on the stove this whole week, so then I just added more dye, so maybe it got diluted or something.
Well, I'll start working on the angel wings you sent me.
Yeah, I was watching. You said you had stripped them down and porous holes in the back.
Yeah, they're made me feel better about my casting. Was it had like a air bubbles in the resin.
Yeah.
And I get that sometimes with my resin. That's probably because I'm a newbie. So if they had an issue with that, I don't feel so bad about me getting them now.
Exactly. I mean, it's never a perfect process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel bad anyway, man. We all learning.
Exactly. It's a process.
journey.
We're gonna learn.
Yep.
Trial and error. Nothing's ever gonna be completely perfect.
They're cleaning up real good. Got them re-sand it down, and the only reason I went down that far is like where they went really like heavy flake silver on them, which looked good, but didn't match the wings. I want the full out wings. I was wanting brighter silver. I
Yeah.
didn't go thicker on the paint. It's pretty heavy paint. And it looked beautiful.
Yeah, it did. It's a nice one. The paint job they did on it, but it was pretty heavy-handed.
They were probably just turning them things out too at the time.
Yeah, every time he threw them up on his eBay store, he was dropping 12 to 15 at a shot. So you had to like really jump on it to get one.
Yeah.
I think I caught the second pair of wings I got. I think I got lucky because I think that was like his last run of that, those wings, and he didn't produce any more after that.
Yeah, it's going to work out pretty good. The green on the chest. Let that dry. Take a couple coats. Green is one of those colors that takes a few coats to really cover.
Yeah, that was such a great idea though.
Yeah.
When I saw James Roseborough there, when I saw his, I was like, you know what, man, that's like a blessing right there, because the leader's body was just so plain.
Yeah, it's that Reed. That's it. What's the pizza body with the different torso that Reed Richards have, and
yeah,
those limbs just look so lanky. On those were never meant for a figure that tall. Things look disproportionate. The legs look too short. The body looks too long.
Yeah,
because those were the Superior Spider-Man parts.
Yeah.
And that was a shorter figure. And when they did the Pizza Spidey, they did a elongated lower torso.
Yeah, I didn't like that thing too much. That's what I made my Assassin Spider-Man out of, was the Pizza Spidey.
Yeah. That's the annoying part too, when everybody wants the Spider-Man 2099, so we're going to reissue it on exactly the same body it was on instead of doing the really good retro carded body.
Come on, man. Come on, it's Hasbro, man. They're going to charge us for it later.
Yeah, they'll do it again later, and everybody have to rebuy it again. I was doing a little test fit on, see how the Shriek arms would work on a Black Cat body, and they work pretty good. There's a little play in the shoulders, just the pegs are a little smaller, but they work fine.
Yeah, as long as they're not falling out.
I think these are going to be fine. The tempting thing is even though these are pretty good legs on the Black Cat, the Shrieks are better. These got a weird kick out to the sides.
It looks really curvy.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a bad thing?
No.
Well,
One thing I like about the Shriek mode too, I noticed it when I was doing with the Siren review. She kicks up higher than regular female figures.
Oh, so that means they get a good thigh cut, man.
When she kicks her leg forward, it goes up higher for a high kick, a better looking high kick.
I saw somebody swap them out at the hip ball, and it actually worked out.
Yeah. I was looking at, these should be easy to pop loose. There's even a separation at this thigh hip right here. I can take them with snap ring pliers, heat this up, stick them in here, and pop them open.
What you talking about as far as doing the y'all were talking about y'all want to take the hips off, or you want to take the lower part of the thigh off, from the thigh down?
Actually, it works from the hip ball, from what I heard.
Okay, I was gonna say from the thigh down, I was using a different body when I was doing that Baroness, because right here, just to give y'all a warning, these are Mockingbird's legs. I had to actually Dremel the inside of these bad boys out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, those things will pop right on from what I saw.
Yeah, the ball the ball joints for the hips seem to be pretty universal in the female figures.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
You just take a chance of mangling the hard plastic hips when you take them off.
Mm.
Sometimes they pop clean, And sometimes they split and it makes a mess. Snap ring. I'll heat them up, help get the glue softer. Stick them in here and snap it real hard. 50 to 70% of the time, it'll pop open and you got no problems. Sometimes they're glued really hard and you'll just split the side off, ruin one of your chips.
I gotta say, man, the one thing I hate about diodes sometimes is I can't do anything after I get to certain points because I wait for glue to dry or paint to dry, and
Oh, I understand.
like I'm using this tile grout to fill in the grout lines and do some more realistic, spackling and stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes this crap forever to dry.
So one thing I'm thinking about with this black, I bought 2 of these retro carded black cats.
Mm-hmm.
I got one hanging on the wall behind me, and this one. And I already got the first release, which is actually at the better of the code.
What was that?
What?
Something fell.
They found us. Run, guys.
Well, I was thinking about this. Maybe using this body for Mantra from the Ultraverse. Mantra was super curvy.
Was there a difference between Malibu Juggernaut and the regular Juggernaut? Like his suit was the exact same, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was just Juggernaut from the 616 over in the Ultraverse.
Okay.
Let's see, which I actually been modifying this one. I think I showed a little bit on last week. I shaved down like where he had his bruised cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Shaved that down, smooth it up. The eyes, repaint the eyes, which makes him look less like he's beat up and it's more like just Juggernaut. Also, stacking a few more O-rings to get the head set up a little higher. That's one of my only complaints about this KO. The unmasked head sits down way too low. They should have modified the head where to sit up a little higher. It was the same deal with the Outback Hulk. Head sits low.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna go silent for just a moment. You'll see me doing some airbrushing.
Yes, sir.
So, did you ever find out why that one bicep is bigger on that Outback Hulk? Or no, is it just something for the game?
So I had several people reply in that review that it was for the game.
Okay, because at first I thought, I wonder if that's just a damn defect, but then I went on Anthony's Customs and a bunch of other reviewers, and I was like, no, everybody's bicep is bigger, and some people didn't even notice that the bicep is bigger.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, the forearm too, everything.
Yeah, it'd be great if they actually did the other arm, at least as another. They could use it for other characters, big characters.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows if they'll ever do that?
I just saw E. Rivera's review for the new Vulcan body. That's actually a pretty nice body on it.
Absolutely, that thing looks great.
Yeah.
I took screenshots and sent to Dom and Dagobi. I was like, "This is awesome. We got to get this." And
Yeah, because I was even thinking that would be a good hard case.
I'm hoping that thing hits clearance, like a Shriek, and I'll buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, that wouldn't even make that's because it's a little bit bigger than the Bucky Cat body.
Yep.
So because when I saw it, I was like, oh, I wonder if you could actually use that for the hard case. But then as soon as I jumped on Instagram, I saw you already started prepping with the Herc body, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually thought about that for the Herc for hard case. Then I got seeing everybody posting all these tributes to George Perez. It's like, yeah, George drew hard cases monstrously big, so I'm going that route.
And that's always that case.
This is just some kit bashes I did, like make some like Trick Builder female figures for G.I. Joe, since we're waiting forever for Joe's. And
Yeah.
I took the movie, not my idea, I've seen someone else do it. Like they took the movie Scarlet and did some part swaps with Lady J. Makes a really cool, like, generic Troop Builder.
On that note, I forgot to ask you before let me you on that G.I. Joe kick, and that's what I'm on right now. Have you tried the movie Wasp body on the Lady J body? I mean the movie Wasp head on the Lady J body.
The what now?
The movie Wasp. Put her head.
Oh, the MCU Wasp. I was sitting there like, who's Wasp and G.I. Joe?
Put movie Wasp's head on Lady J's body, and it looks great.
Is the hair coloring the same, or you got to paint it up?
It looks pretty good, actually. The hair color is brown.
Yeah, she's got brown hair on that head sculpt. So.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Scarlet with the orange hair.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a cover girl, Courtney. And I showed you my.
You can get the movie Scarlet cheap right now on Amazon. They're like $10 or something like that.
Yeah. GameStop had them on sale for $6 at one point. But what's weird is the girl who's supposed to be Jinx, she's still like 22.
And they're reusing that mold for like the generic Ninja 2-pack. The Jinx girl.
Even that Storm Shadow movie would make a generic Ninja too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made one out of it.
Like, those are all on clearance right now, so.
Jerry, you still got to dye up those ninjas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how the softer plastic on the outside for that gi might blacken up pretty good. If not, you could always just use some leather paint on it, probably.
Those are definitely going to be some of the first things I dye. I got a few of those.
Here we go.
Icons.
Yeah.
Here's my pixie-headed Lady
Actually,
J.
pretty good.
That's that. Now, see, what's funny is this is the comic book Wasp head.
I toyed with putting the retro card one on Lady J. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I guarantee that would. Yeah.
She's got the longer hair.
Yeah, I need to get that Captain Marvel so I can make a Courtney cover girl.
Yeah, the jacket works great on that body. I'm using the Electra head. On this one of the generic character just to add to my Joe ranks. Oh, the boots weren't swappable on these two. On the movie Scarlet and the Lady J.
Oh, they aren't? Okay.
Completely different connections, and they're a lot taller boots. And
I got you.
make her like a 7-foot tall character.
Well, that sucks.
Better get back to stirring this pot. I forgot about it.
When the man's house burns down, we know why.
I don't do that. I'm gonna Marvel Legends stew for a couple of days. It's probably gonna force me to eat it. Oh, okay, good. Nothing stuck to the pot.
So what happened to our buddy? His wife got him.
I was like, we'll be back once you got out of the ICU.
Sorry for the noise. I got the blow dryer going. I want to pop these apart at the waist and get the belts off. I can do a wash on these. I can mute myself while it's doing that. Don't want to chat.
All right. Die is taken pretty good. Hopefully this die is the second run.
Get some military colors going.
Hoping the second die run actually dyes them up darker.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah, I'll be the test dummy that way. If it doesn't go right, then that way it's like, well, we have to find an alternate method.
Man, you are a gentleman and a scholar for being that guy.
Hey, you know what? I had one liner on, and I was never very fond of that figure, so it didn't matter to me if I died here or not.
Also, let me know if my airbrush gets on your nerves. I'll kick it. I'll kick the mute if need be too.
I got a 9-year-old. That's all I hear is all day, and a whiny staff. So my days are consistently noise. Let's see.
There we go. Guys, always remember your flow improver. Otherwise, your nozzle will get clogged.
Yeah, I don't know anything about airbrushing. So you're talking a different language to me right now.
I got you.
Yeah.
Nah, the wife got me this. I was doing those model kits, man, and she was like, "Nope, look at your airbrush."
It's next on the list. I've got 2 or 3 models on Amazon on my, list of things to purchase. Eventually I will, but I probably won't airbrush here. I'll probably do it at the studio down the block.
Sorry for
Gotcha.
going on for a moment.
We missed you, man.
I figure better than going with a blow dryer.
Tom was going to send her.
I'm glad that was helpful, Mickey Littman. How the prayer joints tutorial is one of the earlier tutorials I did. That's when I was working on Prime version 3.
Yeah, Dom was going to send a search party.
Yeah.
Take a while to get here geographically.
Yeah, it'd be a nice trip, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
What do you use to clean your airbrush with, Dagobi?
So I made my own solution, believe it or not.
Oh, cool.
It's Windex, glycerin of all things. Alcohol, 91% alcohol and water.
Nice.
And it's just all about the ratios you mix it.
Now, originally was going to with the one I'm using, the Movie Electra Head. Movie Electra Head's got very much a Laura Croft. Speak for a second. Video game Laura Croft head look. It's got very much that.
Hi, baby.
Dad.
All right.
And so it'd be tempting to make a Laura Croft an Electra Head. But initially I was going to make a cover girl using these parts. But now that Hasbro's actually righted ship and corrected course and doing more classic style 80s Joe's designs, you know they got to do a cover girl. She's got to be coming. And we don't have to worry about looking like a Fortnite character.
Yeah.
Just adding a wash to these parts. The jacket and arms actually are from the pre-century Build-A-Figure Wave Captain Marvel with the cat.
Yeah.
One with the head sculpt that looks like the lady from Parks and Rec. Used the Winter Newton, took the logo off the back of the jacket. So it's not just directly using that part.
Actually, I actually use the jacket arms. Well, I have it on one of my many halfway done customs.
Sounds like I won't have to aggravate you like you aggravated me with Abomination.
Oh, gee. There's a few.
Give me that list of halfway done, and I'll start aggravating you every week about which one each week.
Oh, it's been entertaining to watch.
I got a scoop.
I can't say much. I got a giant box underneath this table right now. It's full of customs. I've started, stuck in a box, and moved on to the next product. Start dig through. Like, hey, Hasbro made that one.
Hey, would anybody like to purchase a custom Oh, was it Ultra Ego Vegeta? Yeah.
Ultra Ego Vegeta. Yeah, that's originally from the manga, isn't it?
Yeah.
When he's using like a god of destruction powers.
Yeah. I had the shield, man. I had the shield.
Oh, go right ahead.
Help me.
Definitely. You got anything you're working on, or anything where what you're gonna be, where you're gonna be at, how people can find you? Let people know.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Well, I was gonna show off this awesome, like I said, this diorama that y'all call this awesome diorama I'm working on. But god dang it, if I wouldn't talking to one of my associates and they snagged it up immediately. I was like, man, I ain't even finished yet. He's like, okay.
I'm actually planning on making a diorama eventually too. I've never really done. The only diorama I've ever done was one for Jared's seen it. It's a friend of mine who's probably watching right now. He should be on here with us.
Yeah,
Alfonso.
Alfonso, you need to get your butt on here.
Alfonso Mila, if you're listening, I'm gonna have a nice little word with you later. But anyways, he's a huge Sharknado fan.
Oh,
yeah. I know the one you're talking about now. Yep.
So you know what? One day I was playing around. I think Jared showed one of my Ghost Rider customs. I don't know what it was. I had a glue gun for the longest time, and I never used the damn thing once in my life. And then one day I just said, you know what? Let me try to get into. I want to try something with it. So I decided to try to make some flames, and then I started. You have to manipulate the glue when it's hot, and I started to make flames with it, and they started coming up so well that I did covered the entire wheels with flames, and it doesn't affect the wheel from turning. I did it pretty good. And then one day, anyways, that's just the flame effect thing. And then one day I just started.
Tom's a hot glue master. What I've seen.
Yeah. And yeah, I just started playing around with this glue, and I had an idea because my buddy Al's birthday was coming up, and I said, let me try something. So I tried making like a water effect, and it ended up working out. And then what happened was it just got bigger and bigger. I ended up making a tornado out of water, like hot glue, to make it look like a water tornado. And then I ended up painting it. I added some sharks to it. Like I went to the Dollar Tree, and I picked some little shark things, and I added them in there. Then I painted a base for it. I got like a block of 2x4, just a piece of it, and I covered that with hot glue and made it look like it's basically a water, like the water base. And yeah, it came out pretty good. I sent it to him. He had no idea until he got it. So. Actually, you know what, Jared? You mind if I send you a picture of it?
No, you go ahead.
Second.
I'm still trying to figure out the layouts on these StreamYard things. There's ways to move things around. I just haven't figured it out yet. I don't know if maybe it might be restricted too from where I'm using the free version. But how's the parts coming out, Monadesto, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. People call me Modelo, everything else. I'm used to it. That's why most times like people are like, like, just call me John.
Yeah. I have a coworker at work. She's one of the directors at work, and her last name's the same as yours.
Oh, Correa?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very uncommon last name. I've only met maybe in my lifetime. Maybe I went to school with 2 in high school, and then I met 1 in the military, and I haven't met another one since.
So when you seen your last name, it was like, hey, I know that name.
Yeah, it's going pretty good on the die part, but we'll see. I'm letting it. I just pulled them out just to let them get a little bit air dry. They look black, but I'll wait for the bronzing process to kick in again. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see.
There's the Sharknado.
It's pretty cool.
It's all hot glue. That's wild.
Yeah, working with hot glue can be either really good or really disastrous. I've seen some really good ones. I see some really bad ones.
Yeah. I just burn myself if I mess with it.
Oh, believe me, I did that quite a bit.
Oh, you get these people that keep suggesting they're doing the hot glue method about installing head castings. It's like, no, I'll stick to my O-rings. It's just a mess when you're doing the hot glue method. You got to put Vaseline on the ball joints. Then while the glue's hot, stick it on there. And then hope you get the right depth. It's like, no, I'll just stick to my O-rings.
That's a good method. Stick to it.
It's like, there's less mess and it's easier, and you get that nice factory. I like with using the O-rings. You get that nice factory pop when you're putting your heads on and off. There's so much more uses too with the O-rings too. Like with if you're using a set of hands that don't fit the wrist peg holes on the figure you're using, you can actually embed O-rings into the wrist forearms. I did that with my last Prime, and I actually did it I put Marvel Legends style hands on the Mattel Dark Knight Superman that's on the He-Man style body. Put Marvel Legends style hands on it using that method too. These G.I. Joes take a wash so well. They got so much sculpted detail on them, so it just picks up all that texture.
Yeah.
It's plus by adding the wash too. It's like it's just not just doesn't look. Takes all the Lady Jadeness out of the parts. Which I'll end up with an extra Lady J too because I ordered the retro carded one. They fixed her head. The regular one, the head looks like at the comedian that he was on Saturday Night Live. Not one of the 90s guys.
Yeah. That.
Once somebody showed it comparison, it's like, yeah, that's all I can see now. What is love?
Those movies. Wow.
Let's see.
Where I'm on, I do stuff with Instagram a lot too. On some of those songs they do, those videos get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
My money don't jiggle, it folds, Wiggle. 6'2" in a compact.
Yeah, I'm still not on Instagram.
You need to. Share your customs with everybody. Only old people use Facebook. It's the same way like it used to be like we would date ourselves when we were talking about like being on the forums. Like only old people use the forums.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Facebook killed all that, man.
yeah, it's like I still post them on Figure Realm too, but just the interaction's down. You just don't get the people participating. You see people uploading a lot, but nobody comments. You get someone. I got 0 comments on Sludge on Figure Realm.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. I had to answer a work call. One of my vendors got robbed at, not technically gunpoint, he robbed with a toy gun.
That's not cool.
Yeah, I was still in disbelief. I was like, a toy gun, really? I was like, oh, well, whatever. Send me the information. I'll file a report.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's why I'm leaving that job at the end of the month.
Well, you can always hang out here.
Yeah. Well, they're getting me something else. I was like, I need something that's a little bit more corporate. That's what I'm used to. I took on the role managing outside property for the Chicago Riverwalk. It has a bunch of vendors. There's constantly have drunks and everything down there, so it's always problematic.
Oh, that reminds me of one of the funny statements, Flo, about the new Sabretooth figure.
Yep.
The Dom. It's like I thought it was hilarious. It does look that way.
I mean,
It's like a comparison of the Apocalypse Wave Sabretooth, the Age Apocalypse Sabretooth figure, the big one, and the new one from Bonebreaker. So somebody commented like the new Bonebreaker looks like he'd be outside a gas station bumming for gas money.
Hey man, you got a quarter, dog. Got a quarter.
It's what it looks like.
Let me holler at you, dog.
Not a fan of that head sculpt on that Sabretooth.
You know who you can make out of that? You could use that head for the what's his name? From Amalgam Comics. The Sabretooth Joker hybrid.
Jackal.
Yeah, you can make him out of it.
Then I started a body for that probably 6 months ago, and then they announced that they were going to have the vintage Sabretooth, and I was like, you know what? Let me not even bother with it, but somebody's bound to make a better head cast, so I'll just wait for a new head cast to come out and put that on it.
Big Head Studios has got some cool looking Sabretooth heads.
I wanted to do like the animated series one with the Venom body, the Build-A-Figure body.
Yeah.
But just sculpting all that damn fur on there would have been a pain in the ass.
Oh, absolutely.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Well, eventually, when I have more time on my hands, I'll get more stuff done. But it's hard to do it in the house, and then like I'm on call 24/7, so it's like every time I turn around, somebody's calling me for some incident.
Man, I've definitely had an on-call situation before, so yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah, and I work directly with the city of Chicago, so it's like I have to coordinate with CPD, I got to coordinate with the mayor's office, I got to coordinate with my organization, I got to organize with the MB organization, so it's just like every time I turn around, somebody's emailing me or calling me. It's terrible.
You run a security force?
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought about doing that actually, because since I did law enforcement and everything.
Yeah.
You know, how hard was it to get your license and everything?
To get the park license isn't hard at all. I mean, it's so long as you don't have the 3 major factors to keep you from getting a license to be in any kind of because contract security has to have a perk license, so you have to make sure that you don't have outstanding child support, you don't have any outstanding student loans, and I
heard the last part. What'd you say?
My Desto?
Oh no!
I think his audio dropped out.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, sorry. I went down the porch and down the stairs, so I went out of the Wi-Fi range, I guess.
Oh.
But yeah, I think a felony is the third one. If you have a felony, back child support and back student loans, then you wouldn't be able to get your license.
Oh no, man! My fingerprints and everything have already been run through Avis. I'm good.
Yeah, so it's not bad, but you know, I've done everything from jobs to.
You went out again. No.
I'm back.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. So yeah, my job before this, I was an executive protection agent for the CEO of Everett Labs,
Sweet.
which I didn't do a damn thing for a year, so I got paid to pretty much do nothing. I was bored out of my mind.
What branch of military were you again?
I was in the Navy. I was an operations specialist.
Gotcha.
So
Little
7
brothers.
years out of Norfolk, and then 6 years out of Norfolk, and 3 years out of Naples, Italy. I worked for NATO for Joint Force Command.
Okay, my little brother, he just got his butter bars.
Ooh,
So he's with the Navy. He's an officer. I don't know where he's at right now. He came home and then disappeared.
that's the Navy for you. Here today, gone tomorrow.
So yeah.
Well, he's commissioned officer, so he's going to have a lot more responsibility. He's going to have to learn every single aspect, every single job, because this month he'll be in operations. Next month he'll be in engineering. 6 months on the road, he'll be on the navigation side. He's going to have to learn everything.
I don't know. The one thing he said he hated the most is he doesn't like telling people to go do stuff. He's more of a go-getter himself.
Yeah, well, you got to delegate sometimes.
Yeah, he hates doing that. He's like, man, I'd rather just do it myself.
And the only bad thing is you keep doing it yourself, and that's going to be the expectation.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he'll figure it out. He won't.
Oh, he's young. He'll figure it out. Is he, what, 21, 22, 24?
Nah, actually, believe it or not, man, my little brother in his 30s.
Oh, did he go from enlisted to OCS?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, then he should know that he's no longer enlisted, so he's got to learn to delegate down to the enlisted folks so they can take care of stuff.
Yeah.
If he's been in for a while, he knows the process. It's a matter of letting go.
Yeah. He definitely got a problem with that.
Well, so far these parts are looking a lot darker than they were on the last run, but now I can barely see the pattern on his upper torso. It's like you need natural sunlight in order to see it better. But I can actually still make out the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So this may be the second run, so sometimes you may have to just dye things. I mean, the torso is still a bit bronze, but it's a bit darker than it was last time. Yeah, okay, I can still see the pattern, so it shouldn't be too hard to paint up. Great, I'm getting dye all over my fingers. Great. All right. Yeah, hopefully this dye sticks on this run. If not, I'll do it through a third cycle and see if it doesn't work after that. Then I'll just paint the whole damn thing black. Oh, with the exception, I'm gonna have to get some that Tamiya tape so I can mask off at least the portions I want to line up in silver.
I'm going to end up repainting my Tigra from Super 7. That was one of the ones that's either like send it back and get a refund or not have one, or just fix it myself, like Thanos, and do it myself.
Snap your figure to perfection.
Just got to pick up it needs a repaint. Even if I get one, it's going to bug me anyway. If I was able to get a perfect one, they messed the colors up so much. They made them more.
Much?
Do what now?
I said OCD much?
Well, yeah. Because it's colored more like the toy Tigra than it is the cartoon Tigra.
Yeah.
Mm.
And everything else in the Wave series has been the cartoon versions. They made it orange, really dark. They made it lighter color. It's Rome color. It's more like the toy colors. It should be flesh tone, like what's on Hercules right here. The lighter on his face and his hands and his feet should be like this, not yellowy green.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Keon, did you see the Sharknado thing? Well, you're gone there for a bit.
No, I was watching you the whole time, man. I got my laptop right behind me. That thing looked good.
Oh, I got some more pictures here. Make sure.
Yeah, I got the finished product too.
It was pretty and blue.
Share
You know what's
screen.
funny? Have you ever shared that anywhere else? Because I swear I've seen that thing.
Only on the group that I used to manage.
Okay. I might have been in there, man. I don't know.
There you go. Oh, that's you got the sharks in now.
Yeah, dude, it looks amazing. And you did it with hot glue?
That's all hot glue.
Yeah, you need to teach me how to do this, man, because I want to make like explosions and flames and stuff.
You know,
On that level.
The base is that's a block of 2x4 covered in hot glue.
Link.
I think there's a finished the finished product. The last one I showed. I said.
This one.
No, it should be a black background.
Nice. Hey, Jared, you said you only have 4 people in the stream, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your cousin there?
Yeah, saw the names, but he was trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
But I think we've already. But does it count you as the 4th one, or?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'd be all right. You can watch.
We can get one here in a second.
There's a limit.
Well, on the free version, there's you can only have 4 up to 4,
Oh, okay.
and I've been debating about signing up for like the paid version. I just want to make sure people actually like watching us.
Oh yeah, man.
Before I
Love
start paying for it, and it's like $25 a month.
It's your shining personality they love.
You got 3 so far. Like it.
Oh, I'm glad. Glad to hear.
Can y'all see that? Can you see how this thing's coming along?
Mhm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just gotta like I said, I gotta let it dry. I gotta do the back of it too. Add the bullet holes.
Is that for a customer? Or?
Yeah, it is. And just here's how it scales with Marvel Legends.
They put you up on solo. So we look at it.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's looking real good.
Yeah, appreciate it. I still got to go back, add the grime. I got to add some moss. And these are going to be bricks down here, so I got to go back and paint those. Then I got to seal this bad boy.
And if you're looking for any dioramas, DaGobiCustoms contact information is in the description below.
Yay!
Oh, is it really below now? Because they've changed the format on YouTube. Now when you open it up, it goes to the right side of the screen.
just know I exist somewhere, people.
It's in the description. I don't know if it's still below. It's kind of below, but it's not below.
And then here's my beautiful Baroness, because I got tired of waiting to find one. She goes real good with it. There you go. Can you see that?
You can fit a couple of figures on there at least.
You can get at least 2 on here, I know, with the barrel. So you can do 2 6-inches with the barrel. Let me see. Some posing in.
You know what though? You can also use the top for like a ninja. You know, like.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And if another thing I can actually do is I can actually add a wire harness if you want to do like a, you know. I said there's enough room. You can get
Like
2
you
figures
think-
on there easily.
I'm looking at that right there. You got Baroness. Like if you were to add Destro, and then you could add like Storm Shadow standing up top of the brick there. You know.
Yeah.
He's real sneaky in that bright white outfit.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, it kills me. So I'm debating on this barrel. Y'all got any ideas on it? Because I don't know about these colors.
I think it looks good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll add the rust and everything to it and the chipping.
You can also.
The weathering
also-
sell stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some gunmetal, like in some spots, to make it look like area that hasn't been completely rusted.
Yeah, I can do that. I have another one. I don't know where it's at. I can show you. Well, maybe not. I have no idea where I put it. But yeah, I got some well, this stuff right here, man. This is like liquid gold. It's called Streaking Grime. I keep trying to get a certain somebody to grab some.
That's so many paints I'm still gonna buy.
It's so good.
That'd be good for if you want to like weather one of these big mechas we've been making.
Yeah.
The guy that does like the 1080p upscales of all those cartoons.
Mm.
He's only got one episode left of Big Guy and Rusty, and it's like, man, that show was so good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've been watching lately, man. You know, it's the G.I. Joe 40th anniversary. I've been killing it.
Watching the original series.
Yeah. I got my little baby watching it, man. I got my 2-year-old is like, yo, Joe.
Don't go on to the Dick series, the After Sunbow.
Oh yeah.
That show, I mean, I try to watch it. It's like, man, that's just horrible.
Well, you know, I'm trying to get him when my cousin comes over. I want to go run around the house going Cobra, la 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 la.
You know what I just finished watching? I was watching. It took me a few days to watch it. I had no idea they even made this series. I was just scrolling on Disney Plus, and I saw Hit Monkey.
Oh yeah, dude, it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what? That thing was so freaking. It was amazing. I liked it.
Hitmonkey's awesome, dude. He's a fun character. He came with the Deadpool figure.
Yeah, he also came as a Build-A-Figure.
Yep, the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
I have it built.
That's funny.
The 2-pack, he's in white, and the Build-A-Figure, he's in black.
Yeah, and in the show, he's wearing black. So, like, I mean, I guess the white was just because that, you know, I guess the match up with the Deadpool, the white. But yeah, you know what though? I really like the series. It was pretty good.
You know, they canceled the MODOK series, and that thing was funny.
I didn't catch that.
Don't, because like I said, it's canceled, man. It's like, it's a really funny series. Like, they did a good job. The humor's on point for me, anyway.
Patton Oswalt was doing the voice of MODOK.
Oh,
I haven't
jeez.
seen that one yet. Is it any good, the MODOK? I've seen the Hitmonkey one.
Dude, MODOK's hilarious. But like I said, it got canceled, so it's like,
You know who sold it though for Hitmonkey was Bryce, the character there, the ghost.
Yeah.
His commentary was just freaking hilarious.
I got one. Have y'all seen? God dang, what's her name? Tracy.
Oh yeah, Tracy. Yeah,
Oh,
She's got a figure coming out.
yeah. Loose Collector's doing the figure.
Yeah, I freaking love. Tracy's a good series too. It was a good. Well, Tracy was a good comic series.
I just started watching that one. Well, actually, I watched. What's it called? Oh, geez, I just drew a blank. It's Trix. Trix is the girl in there with the long
Fixing her
ponytail.
for kids.
Oh, gee. Jinx, not Trix.
Jinx.
Yeah, the girl, she's got the long.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. It's on Netflix. The CG series, based on the League of Legends.
Oh yeah. You're talking about
Arcane.
Yeah,
That's it. Arcane.
Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. You know what?
Yeah, that was real good.
That was really good.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for the video game. I play fighting games a lot, and they've got a fighting game coming out at some point next year, based on League.
They started making some figures of her, the characters. They only made 2 6-inch figures. Then I guess they quit. They canceled it.
Yeah. They ain't doing nothing with it. Which don't make sense. Well, they did the same thing with Overwatch.
They made the Jinx 3 3/4 inch, but they didn't make her. Well, if you want to really want to get people interested in the line, have the main characters be one of the first figures you make.
Yeah. So who made the figure?
I think it was McFarlane at one point.
I think Jazzwares made the last ones.
No way. I hadn't even heard about that.
I got the Jinx figure laying here somewhere, and I want to put you on the spot here, DaGobiCustoms. I want to expand you while I look for Jinx right quick.
Nah, you good, man. Like I said, I'm just over here, making a mess.
You're doing reports. Doing my Nerf gun point report.
That's crazy, man. Nerf, what do they do, paint?
I'm assuming so, because I have off duties that work there, off-duty cops that work there for me. So they responded, and the staff member was like, "I think it was a painted Nerf gun or something." And I was like, "All right." So I just have to put it in there. It was a fake gun potentially.
Oh man, I couldn't do it. I'd be mad.
Yeah, it's just getting bad. That's why I was like, you know what? I've been there 2 years. I was only there to help them out for a year to get that site up and running, and then I got stuck there. And I told them in January, I was like, "You guys got 5 months to figure this out. Come May 31st, I'm done."
I understand that, man. You can't, nah.
I gave them 5 months notice. If that's not enough notice, that's too bad.
Yeah, for real. I definitely said it was enough.
Exactly. They're working on my replacement so they can transfer me over to another a corporate site. But they had 3 candidates in the loop for like 2-3 weeks, and I'm like, you got to send me somebody so I can train them up. I'm not gonna let this person just take over the site like I did, where I had 4 hours of training.
What I hate, man, is when they try to pigeonhole you into something.
That's what they were trying to do, but I mean, I put my foot in my boss's ass all the time, and it's a smaller organization, so it's a flat organization, so I can walk right into the owner's office and bitch up a storm if I want.
That's good. That's what I like.
And I've gone in there, and I mean, I've gone toe to toe with the owner too, and I'm like, look, this is not how it's gonna go. You can either start doing things the way it needs to be done, or I can just walk. And they're like, no, you don't gotta walk. I'm like, all right. I was like, because they're like, oh, well, you get real aggressive when you really want something. I was like, that's when the Puerto Rican side comes out of me.
No wrong with that.
I was like, I always say that people are like, oh, you sure you're Puerto Rican? I was like, I'm sort of Rican because I've got a real mild manner and demeanor. I was like, when I get pissed off, I get real Puerto Rican.
Oh, this was done by Spin Master.
Oh, okay.
I think people got the smaller DC license right now.
I saw a review on that one.
I picked her up because she was $4.99 on clearance. So
yeah, because I was thinking about using that initially to make the honey badger, but I didn't like the articulation on it because it was small enough.
Oh, hey, for honey badger, why don't you use the Gwenpool?
She's a little bit too tall, I think.
Is she?
I have to mod the legs up because she's got to be shorter than Laura.
Okay,
X23.
I got you. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Using the sprite body might work better because she's just short enough, I think, under her.
I'm just thinking about that. How much you gonna have to sand and feel on that sprite body?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of work, but if you want it done, you got to do it. If they would have came out with a smoother version, if they use that same mold for another smaller character anytime soon before I pick it up, then I'll just go that route.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to shorten the Gwenpool or one of the teenage bodies from Legends?
I'm pretty sure I would, but I think I'd have to take off quite a bit, and then I'd have to resculpt and remold, and I don't know if I want to go through all that.
Yeah.
And plus, then I have to shorten up the upper torso as well, because if I shorten down the legs, I have to shorten the upper torso too.
I'll keep out here. That's fine. No, you're good. Guys, I will. Oh, okay. You sure, baby? I was gonna say I'm gonna cut it short tonight, but she said no.
Good woman.
I'll come and get them. All right, sweetie. I love you. My man said he got dang Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but when I get mad, I get real Puerto Rican. It's when the temper comes out.
Son of a goddamn Aunt Nora, man. Damn, frying hands flying.
Man, it gets...
Rogan, my old electrocutor maid. I end up roguing the hair outfit, and I put the X3 jean gray on the old one, which still looks good though. Actually, the hairpiece on the old one basically kind of a little bit too big. So the Jean Grey one actually still looks good, and I still got my DC style one with those crazy lightning bolts down the side.
Y'all hearing a clicking noise?
Oh, sorry, that's me. Let me turn off my mic because I'm writing a report and it's on my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Is your cousin still trying to get in, or?
I can find out. Let me see what this Joker's up to. Let me see.
See if he wants to pop in for a little bit and.
Now I'm clicking. Let me see what he says back. He just switched over to third shift, so he's enjoying his life now. No, he's a night monkey, man.
When I painted this hair back in the day, I did a really good job on it. Look how it turned out on that red hair.
Oh yeah.
On the orange, what I did, I mixed some gold into it to give you the highlights, like picks up from the almost looks like more natural hair.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And I think it works with the Enchantress head pretty well. I've been dribbling out the inside cavity a little bit to make it sit in really well.
Mm-hmm.
Once I paint it up, I think it's going to work really good.
Let me see if I can get a hold of this Joker.
And it's going to work out too for the alternate head, or what I do with it. I had her here. Oh, I know where the Siren head. I can put some wash in that hair and use it as an alternate head too. It's a different face sculpt, but it could work.
Yeah.
Hey, sweetie, you got Randall on the. Trying to see if you had Randall on the line. Was he still wanting to jump on?
I'm wondering if they have.
I'm trying to call him. He ain't picking up.
What's it called? Like a screaming head.
That is ridiculous. They didn't put a screaming head on her.
You know what? Somebody's gonna make it pretty soon. They're gonna probably sell casts of it.
I think I've actually seen some pop on Instagram.
Yeah. Only a matter of time.
What needs to be done now that Customs by Matthew showed us that great tutorial about modifying these older female torsos.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to stock up on these little barbell ball joints. You cut off.
He is not. I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's not answering, so bump him. If he is watching us, you know who you are, Bryce.
Well, just give me a shout out for next week. We can have him on.
All right. Yeah, his name's Stardust. Like I said, he does reviews with was it Kato's Toy Box and those guys, the Transformers group.
Yeah. So what I did for his Custom Matthews tutorial, you just take a sharp knife, cut off the ball joint. I guess I probably should make myself full screen and do that. Here, close enough. I cut off the ball joint. I took a drill bit and drilled down to about the depth I need. Then took a round spherical bit, one of these suckers, round like a diamond grinding bit, match up with the ball joint, and now you got a lot more range of movement on the older style neck.
That'll handy for the old Black Widow, the 2-pack one.
Yeah, the 2-pack one plus the Shield Agent's torso that used on like the Madame Hydra.
Yeah, Mystique.
Yep.
Well, then again, that Mystique.
The Mystique's using the Black Widow torso, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That upper torso you drilled it out of, that's softer plastic. I'm assuming it's not like the.
Yep, this is the softer, more pliable plastic.
Okay, yeah, because it's probably would have been started cracking and whatnot if it was out of the ABS plastic.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the good thing about the female torsos. They're a softer plastic because the arms just push in, the heat and pump back in and out.
Yeah.
To make this torso work with a modern body, like I did with the when I did put it on a Polaris body, I had to drill this out a lot. And I used O-rings to make a new cavity, like a socket. Because these are made a lot different. Because the diaphragm joint, but there's really, it's really just twist.
Well, you know what? I tried putting the old Black Widow, the 2-pack Black Widow upper torso on a rider torso.
Yeah.
The one that came with the motorcycle, and they don't go at all.
If you Dremel out the cavity a lot, you can get them to work, but you just got to make a new socket. I was able to get to work with the other torso. Let me grab that right quick.
Sorry about all that noise. That was just me clacking away writing the report on the cell phone. That's what you're hearing, all that ticking noise earlier. I didn't think it was going to be that loud.
Gave us flavor content. Give us flavor, my man. Give us flavor.
I just got to wait for the city and everybody else to start chiming in and my emails go crazy.
Oh, God. Sound like my wife.
Pretty soon, come May, well, the 31st is my last day, but actually the 29th will be my last day because I'm off on the 30th and 31st. So it's all right.
That's all good.
So I was able to get the older torso to work. This is the same type of connection started with the Black Widow with the cleavage top. I was able to drill that out quite a bit. Then I made a new socket and use O-ring. And now you can use it on the newer torso, lower torso. And you get your rock back and forth, side to side, rotate. The greens don't match up exactly, but I was just playing around with extra fodder. It's more of a kit bash than full-on custom.
Yeah, at a distance, you can't tell anyway.
Yeah.
Is that the Polaris body in the lower section?
Yep, Polaris lower body. And use the Polaris arms, and there's a head casting from the SDC 2-pack a long time ago with Kazar and Sheena. It's the Sheena head casting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to order a new Polaris because the one I had when I took it out of the packaging, as soon as I moved the leg, the crotch piece snapped at the seam line.
Oh.
So it still functions perfectly well. I just need to replace the body.
Yeah.
So I'll pick a loose one up on eBay or something. But even she, like, mint on card, or she's running like 25 or 28, and I'm like, I'm not paying 25 or 28 for Polaris.
Yeah, it's like I sit here like I saw somebody post on Facebook. They just got on that Polaris, and it's like one of my grills I've acquired is like, I've got pieces in my fodder box. It's like one person's. That's what's the great thing about this hobby. Everybody collects different things. Everybody's grail is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like one person's grill is another person's custom fodder.
This is also true. Except for any figures, Brie Larson. That's all custom fodder.
Actually, would probably look pretty good too. It's actually a closer match to the green, that lighter green on the Polaris legs.
Yeah.
You actually pop those out, and actually, the way I've made this torso now. And you could actually do this.
Hey, do you see Sodom Numsma in the chat?
The
Greens match up pretty good.
The greens match up pretty good, and you take some paint stripper and remove the yellow. And can you get that pop up? Yeah.
That matches up way better.
There you go. That looks really good.
That's a way better look on the color. It's actually a lot closer.
Yeah. Dang it. No, I'm going to go to the siren. Plus, it's a lot better looking legs, too. I hate these little skinny legs.
Yeah. Got a little more girth to them on that other leg.
Well, it looks more realistic proportion. These things, I don't know what they were thinking when they made some of these earlier figures.
I don't know. Whoever's doing the sculpt work on these things and making the molds, I don't know. They really got to go take an anatomy class.
No, man, it ain't how it works.
Oh, the Thunderstrike. The stuff they did on that figure is just atrocious. The legs look weird. He's got teeny tiny knees. If you move when you articulate the legs, and it looks like he's got knees that should be on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They modified the Hyperion parts. When I first looked at it, I thought, oh, those are Hyperion legs. No, they're pinless. And they made knees, teeny tiny little knees. They're like half this size.
Mm.
Yeah, you gotta vanilla pose that guy because if you bend the legs, it looks ridiculous.
And where he's pinless, you can't go. Oh, I just swap out some Hyperion legs. Nope,
Not working.
we couldn't because they're pinless. The Thunderstrike legs are pinless, so you can't swap them. Well, you could. You'd have to a little more work to do it, but actually a lot more work because they made those little tiny knees. Put you in mind of something ridiculous like Super 7 would do. On Groom, that's as far as leg moves.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad. Everybody's been complaining about that groom.
He's too small, too.
Yeah.
And he looks cutesy, not mean like Groom. Look at that face. Look at his face. He's like a cute character.
They almost looked like when they first released them back in the day.
Sometimes Groon has to be cute, man. He's getting a bad rep these days. He's got a new PR guy.
One of the goals too, the next payout on YouTube, when they actually, you got to meet the certain limit for they'll pay you for your ad money. I'm going to buy a new camera for live streaming because this one's not cutting it too well with up close. A little blurry. But,
Meanwhile, me and this man over here on cell phones.
And he's got loose hips. I've done one treatment. These are a little better now. I use this stuff here, Fix Loose Joints by Kiki. It's basically kind of like an acrylic clear that you put in the joints with a needle point. And it basically takes up the gaps. And this one had a mismolded knee, the effective one. And Big Dad Store Source sent them in a replacement because where it's a pinless joint, they molded the knee at an angle, so it really messed up. It wouldn't move at all. So I cut it loose and redid it, and actually was notched it to where it actually moves farther than the other knee now. But it looks ugly because they mangle the plastic when they put the knee joint in wrong. When you're paying, these were the last of the 45s, and now their standard price is 55.
Sheesh.
It's
It's a hard pass for me.
Yeah, that's why I can't. Well,
Especially with all the defects.
Yeah. Groon should be about half inch taller than this too. He was a big character. Hell, here's a good example. He should be close to Lobo size.
You know, one thing I give McFarlane, like I'm not a fan, but I give him credit. Like he's putting out big, like highly detailed figures for like a fraction of the price of these other companies.
Oh yeah, and he's sticking the retail figures are staying at $20. I have
And
to.
the detail, like he does put a lot of detail in these
Yeah.
figures. The only
If they
thing
would
is-
just spend a little time working on a little R&D on articulation, they'd have it.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, like I appreciate the size, like for guys like Lobo there, the size works. Like I mean, at some of the bigger figures,
Yeah.
the size works. But I mean, I collect 6-inch. Like I don't want my DC figures to be taller than Marvel. Like
Exactly. I wish you would have stuck with the 6.5 like Marvel Legends.
yeah, like Lobo works. Like there are some characters that work, but at the same time, like now you're gonna have to have like two. You can't. I know a lot of people don't pose their Marvel with DC or whatnot, but still, I just like to have them the same size.
I did for the longest time, and I'd have my Justice League mixed up with the Avengers. And
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that myself. What's the next thing to work on? Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping Siren ends up like the next Shriek. Be able to get extra, get her on clearance and stock up on her because Madam Hydra's going to need an upgrade because they put Madam Hydra on this skinny body.
Yeah, I know. So ridiculous. I don't understand.
You got it. You got the Shriek body. Why would you use that? It's something everybody's been wanting forever is to update it to Madam Hydra, and they screwed up. I understand using the arms from the SDC Hellfire Club set for the sleeve cuffs. They got them molded in sleeves, but not using the skinny body for the rest of it. Because those arms will work on that upper torso. Well, here it is. This is the upper torso they're using for the Madam Hydra. But they're putting it on the skinny leg body.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm really hoping they re-release the bodies of the Black Queen and the White Queen from that set because I didn't buy
You
the
guys hear me?
set. I
Yeah,
have
Okay.
no desire for that set.
Had to plug the phone up for a sec.
Yeah, problem with the sculpt of those, I can see them not releasing them again because these people going to bitch. If they hit retail store where they're wearing the bustier,
Yeah.
or what was it called too? Not bustier, corset. The corset.
Yeah.
A brazier.
It's a very nice torso. It's
Yeah,
there's other characters that uses that kind of look too. So hopefully they will use it and not being strictly be SDC body.
Yeah, I need a Black Queen.
I use for a makeshift Black blah, blah, blah. If I can talk. For a makeshift Black Queen for Selena, I had an extra Walgreens Emma Frost.
Yeah, I want Selena, but I want her on that other body though.
Absolutely, it's a lot better looking. I use the Jean Grey or Madeline Pryor head on the other one, so I keep it. I want to have both versions. I should have snagged one off eBay afterwards because she wasn't selling for that bad right after Loose, the Black Queen.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But now they're. I haven't checked in a while, but I can guarantee they're pricey now. I wish I grabbed an extra Emma Frost too, where mine had that defect. Same defect I got in this one. I had a air bubble in the plastic.
Yeah, I remember when you fixed that.
I used the retro card at Wasp.
Yeah.
Snagged one of her thighs. Repainted it. I'll just pop this bubble right now and see what it looks like. I'll show you. See, it's there. You got a hole in your leg now. You can keep on peeling. It's going to peel like an onion when it does that.
Yeah, I've had a few of those in my characters as well. I got one on my Silver Samurai right on his collar piece, so I gotta shave that down.
Well, I'm going to be sculpting boots and then paint, so it'll be that. So it's not impacting me too much on this one, but if this was going on my X-Men shelf, I'd be a little more annoyed.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
It works out too, since I got to do gold boots with her. Her hinge pins are yellow, so that's going to make things easier too. I'm trying to shave down the molding lines a little bit too. Unlike with Shriek, her legs were nice and smooth. I'm going to repeat myself from a review of Siren earlier, but yeah, the molding lines are not even visible on this one. They stand out on this one. They're deeper, like they're taller.
See what I'm saying though? Even something like that, even without that bubble that you have there on the calf, you know, like you shouldn't have to be doing this to a factory figure.
Yep.
What you're doing right now, like especially with the price that they're charging now.
Yeah, I think I said they were 25, but actually they're 26. Oh, hey, you dropped out there, Dagobi.
Yeah. My phone almost died. I had to grab a charger.
What paint do you use for your customs? I use a variety of paints. For decades, Testers was my go-to. Model Masters Testers. But now they're no more, so I still got a lot left. But it hurts almost every time I use my Testers. It's like, especially if I'm doing any dry brushing. Because you waste so much dry brushing.
You gotta do what I was mentioning last week.
Check out the craft paints.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're gonna be dry brushing, that's a waste to use good paint, like expensive.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say good paint. Yes, it is good, but I mean, if you're just dry brushing,
expensive paint. Put it that way.
That's correct.
Rare, expensive paint now.
Yeah.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
So I use the inexpensive paints. So
it works great too. I've used that stuff before for other stuff, and when I did the dragon for the Funko Pop dragon I did for a coworker.
Yeah.
I used that craft paint, and I thinned it down, and let's use it in my airbrush, and it turned out beautiful.
Well, I've told you, I've never used anything else in all my customs.
Once you apply a sealer to it, you can't tell no different.
And that's another thing too. Most of my customs don't have a sealer either, and they hold up.
You're a madman.
Yeah, I know.
I can safely say I haven't sealed probably any of the ones I've done either.
Some of them I sealed. Some of them, like when I did the things with the washes, I didn't feel a point to seal those. I just let them as it. Once the wash went on, they looked fine, so I just stuck with it. Certain things I will seal, and other things I won't. The paints I've been trying since Testers is no more. I tried Tamiya. Tamiya, you gotta have a thinner to use it. Use the Tamiya thinner, or it goes on too thick.
Doesn't it come out real tacky if you don't use a thinner?
That too. It could be stay tacky way longer.
Yeah.
Then Vallejo, I've tried it. I've tried their flesh tones. That's the only thing I've tried so far. And that's what mixed the Sergeant Slaughter custom flesh tones with.
You know,
I got the variety pack. They work pretty good.
To answer Stephen Brown's question too, it's like it all depends who you're gonna ask, because some people are gonna say that they prefer Vallejo over testers. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
I've heard different customizers say different things when it comes to paint, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it all depends, like, on your preference, really.
Yes. When I did the blackwash tutorial, people were talking about, like, why not use they said the color paint without telling the brand, and so we had Dom and I looked it up. It's like, oh, that's Citadel paint. It's just I like using my testers for washes.
Yeah.
It's nothing against Citadel, but to me, if I'd use a Citadel paint, I would have to seal it. Their paints are not, I've noticed in my experience, are not as durable without a sealer. Like when I was doing the Abomination, this Castilian green is pretty darn close in color. Once it dry, both these dry. This is the dark green Model Masters acrylic. They're almost identical in color when they dry, but this is easier to wipe off once it's dry. This won't wipe off when it's dry. I've used Citadels almost like a primer too, though. It will cover a little better than some of the testers, especially like red. I'll use this Air Evil Sun Scarlet. Like with testers red, I always either have to do like a white base, then red over top. So the Citadel, it'll cover dark colors.
Yeah, you know, I guess what you could do, like, if you're trying to figure out what kind of paints, like, don't go and buy a whole
Yeah.
you know, stock of a certain kind of paint. I guess try and
It's for example, great to get you some like one color of each one and see how it works for applications and test it. Like if you got some fodder figures, paint like take a leg, paint cut a few like say Citadel, testers, Vallejo, paint each piece and see how it works. Because each paint will dry differently too. Testers usually always dries darker than it goes on. Citadel paints, I notice it goes on the color it dries. Once it's dry, it's the same color.
yeah.
Vallejos, don't have as much experience with. Just the flesh tones. I know it took several coats with. It seems real thin. They're almost like they come in like a kind of like eyedropper bottles.
Yeah.
Have you tried those Formula P3 acrylics yet? Because that's what I'm probably going to check out next.
Formula P3's acrylics. No, I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah, that's what Mike De La Paz uses for his customs.
Definitely have to check those out. I'd like to find some more of this stuff here. That's the Testers dark green. Beautiful military green.
But yeah, don't waste any of that stuff on dry brushing anymore. Just go to Walmart and grab yourself some craft paint.
Yeah, it's the Vallejo paint, so it stay on the figure. Some of them require a sealer for them to stay on. You got to do a little bit of prep work and do some priming. When I did the Abomination head, no paint what I was putting on there was, I don't know what was going on with the resin on that head. I don't get maybe it was a colored resin. The resin was actually like a hydrophobic. When I brushed it on, you can see the paint would just start like separating off of it. So I ended up just stripping it off and starting over.
Almost like water on a waxed car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once I put the primer on there, it did fine. I used the Mr. Hobby's the thin coat primer. Which that doesn't solve the trick all the times, like we were talking earlier with the Archangel wings. If your resin has any pinholes in it, it won't cover. It'll do the hydrophobic like look, or like a little fish eye around the pinhole.
Yeah. But yeah, for Stephen Brown here, yeah, if that stuff's not sticking, it's not. Maybe you're gonna have to use a. Hey, there's Alfonso.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Al, just in case your ears were ringing, I was talking about your Sharknado custom. Yeah, see, that's who I heard it from too. Al prefers Vallejo. He uses it, so I guess it depends on your style of painting too.
Yeah, that's it. It's all preference and how your style of painting, what you're used to. I just haven't used it enough to really have a full opinion on Vallejo.
Yeah. Yeah, skin tone. Yeah.
I've never tried Vallejo, so I'm not sure. Does it go on well, or?
When I was doing Sarge, it took me quite a few coats. It was acting really thin. It was hard to cover. But eventually it worked. After a few coats, it worked fine.
You're welcome, brother.
But I definitely had to seal it before it'd be durable.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that privateer press a try. I think it's also like for miniatures and stuff like that, but I don't know. Mike De La Paz seems to he figured out how to use it pretty well. And they have a pretty good variety of colors. They come in different box sets. Like they got one is called the Scorn color set, and it seems like more of like browns and grays, and they got a bunch of different colors.
The problem with that is if you buy a set and you don't like the paint, you're stuck with the set.
Yeah.
So probably better off buying, like we were talking about earlier, buying a color that you'll actually get use of. Like I'd say black, but you know what I mean, or blue or something like that, or red, and just try it out on a custom first, because you go and buy like a set with a whole bunch of colors, like they sell them like that.
Yeah.
And you end up the paint's not working for you. You're stuck with it, right?
Well, it's like this right here. I was just on this leg for the movie Scarlet. The top part of the leg's got some gloss yellow on it. I was trying to put that tester's dark green on it, military green.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't stick to it. So I switched over to the Citadel, and it's covering it really well.
Yeah, reply to Alfonso here. So you're welcome for that. And when are we going to get you on here?
Yeah, they actually sell them in single bottles as well. So they're like $3.89 a bottle on the average for P3 paints.
How big are they? About like size of a tester's bottle or a Citadel?
Let me see. Let me pull up, see what it's 18 millimeter bottle.
18 millimeter bottle. Definitely worth grabbing a bottle or two to try out.
Yeah, I mean they got some pretty good ones.
Yeah, I'm always trying to find like replacements for testers.
Yeah, I don't think this will. I don't know. I mean, I know certain people, they mastered the art with different paints and they stick with them, but it's a matter of figuring out how to use these paints because they got some pretty good colors. They got like Quicksilver, Cold Steel, Radiant Platinum, Molten Bronze, Light and Gold paint, Brass Balls, Mage Hunter Green. So they got a bunch of colors.
Sorry, the 13-year-old man had a giggle at the brass balls.
Brass balls, yeah.
Yeah, Brass Balls paint.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I came back in this conversation at an odd moment.
Yeah,
I feel like I came back in this conversation at an odd moment.
I think, yeah, 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 I think
They got some pretty good flesh tones too. They got like 1, 2, 3, 4. They got like 4 different paint skin tones.
And who is this again?
Formula P3. They're by Privateer Press.
Okay. Have y'all ever tried Createx paint?
Who?
What is it?
These guys.
No.
Createx.
Oh, I've seen it over at like the local art store over here. I haven't picked any of that up yet.
Yeah, it's car paint.
Oh, it's car paint.
Yeah,
Diecast Resurrection uses those.
if you can figure out how to thin that stuff properly, it does really well.
There's a Hot Wheels restorer guy, customizer called Diecast Resurrection. Phenomenal painter with airbrush.
Oh, he uses Createx?
He's another Canadian that does really good artwork.
I told you all your friends are Canadian.
Well, I don't know him personally though.
I've seen a bunch of his videos. He does really good work.
Who's that?
Diecast Resurrection.
Oh, okay.
And he does all Hot Wheels. He like finds like Hot Wheels, and sometimes they'll be torn up all to hell, and he just buys like new tires for it and everything else. He'll drill out the cotter pins out of it and put in new ones and repaint the whole thing. Strips the paint down.
Yeah, it's amazing what he can do with those.
He
He does the whole process. He sandblasts them, but I think he uses walnut shells or something, or and that machine it just like spins around and just
it's like a tumbler type thing.
Yeah.
And he does the zinc plating too.
Yeah, I've seen him do the zinc plating.
He does the zinc plating when he's going to do the Spectre Flame stuff. Basically, the candy coats, where it looks like it's colored chrome.
And he matches up the paints really well too. I mean, he does a phenomenal job because like he'll take a car and he'll make it look like it came right out of the factory back in the day in the 70s.
Duplicolor, the automotive primer. Is that what you're talking about, Alfonso? I use Duplicolor a lot. How do you get the head sculpts to stay on your figures? I use O-rings. I have a few tutorials and a few videos on that. That's the best method I've found for custom head castings. Just if you do it just right, you get that nice factory pop.
I gotta try that O-ring method. Normally, I'll just put a bunch of the putty in there and just jam the head in there in the pin, and then just let it set for a bit, and then twist it around and put it off, and then I got a perfect mold from just putting the epoxy sculpt in there.
Yeah.
Jared bought about like 1 million O-rings for like $5.
Oh, it was the perfect size for Marvel Legends, and it's like a couple dollars, like $1 or $2 difference from buying 20 or 30 O-rings or buy 1,000.
Yeah, but wasn't that actually cheaper to buy the more?
Yeah, it was.
It always is. Buy in bulk and you get a discount price.
But yeah,
I melted some of the Hulk Smash. That's still got plenty.
He was sending me a package, and I'm like, "Can you spare a couple of O-rings?" Yeah, I got about 1 million of them now.
You know how we got those figures like the Cyclops that has those leg pieces and those stuff that keep falling down?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting those, the dental rings from braces and just slide them up underneath there and just pull down the piece over it so it holds them in place. So I don't have to glue them.
I've had a lot of success with heat shrink.
Well, here's a little thing I did with O-rings not too long ago. I bought these parts from Plastic Curves. They do Motu stuff. And I missed out on getting a Fisto. So they cast a lot of parts for Fisto. I was struggling trying to get this fist to go on. I was trying to get it dremel enough to go over top of here. And I was thinking, silly, you know how to do this. You use O-rings. And there you go. use an O-ring, and it pops on and off. And by having the O-ring on there, it's got the articulation and the spin of the fist.
Sweet.
Too much.
So that's the automotive primer that Alfonso was talking about.
Oh, yep. I've used it.
Which one?
The Duplicolor automotive primer.
Yeah.
If I want, it's you can get like a filler primer too. If you got like a rough sculpt you're wanting to smooth over too, it's great for that. If you're wanting to keep your fine detail, it's not the best to use. I'd suggest using the Mr. Hobby primer, but actually some automotive filler primer would actually probably be good for the next coat of primer on the wings that you sent me.
Pretty sure they're gonna come out real good once you get it all done and painted up.
I'm going through like clean up all the grid lines, and sure that was killing my finger. My arthritis was kicking up today, and pain.
Well, now that you got it set, you could actually probably make a push mold of that if you want to make more.
I actually was kind of thinking. I got some silicone upstairs. I can actually make a full-on mold with it. Take some clay, build it, stick us down in, and reproduce this.
Yep. You can have because if you got more than one art changer, you might as well, have them on hand for them.
That I do. I have more than one.
If you don't have the room, it's kind of hard to display with the wings it comes with, right?
Yep. That's one of my big gripe with the NECA gargoyles. They're beautiful figures, but they all should be coming with an altered set of folded down wings.
Yeah, like where you gonna put them things at? I got one. That's it.
Yeah. I was able to get Bronx, and local Target got one shipment of Bronx figures, and I got me one. I got my friend one, and I haven't seen them back. Same way with Demona. Target got them first before anybody else could order them.
Yeah, but like if they're gonna make wings like that for all the rest of them, how are they gonna how are they gonna release them now, right?
Yeah, because unless they start doing like the human characters, and each human character comes out of wings.
Yeah.
I want to. But man, I'll pay with some Mazda.
I can see her with the wings. Since we already got set for Goliath, and so I don't know whose wings she would come with.
Hey, I gotta break Alfonso's. I gotta break him. You won't have to type if you actually come on here.
Exactly.
I wish I could find them, man. I got too many scalpers out where I live.
Oh yeah.
I have literally four toy store owners within like a 30-minute radius of my house, and they all decide they want to raid Targets and Walmarts.
We got the big one. We got there's a husband and wife team with scalpers around here. For the G.I. Joe. They're big on hitting up the G.I. Joe stuff. And they tried to con me out of some figures one time.
Yeah, I think out of all the stores near me, I got one guy who is decent. Like he's actually a good guy and cares. And then the rest of them, it's capitalism, buddy. It's capitalism. Okay, I got you.
That used to be an easy question for me. What's my favorite custom I made? Beforehand, I'd always say Prime. My last Prime I made, I love that thing. Now it's a tough call between him and Sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sludge is nice.
They're both cool.
But I can't lie, Prime brought me to the party.
He did turn up damn good.
Well, I think Prime is basically I think he's your symbol. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, I can't not say Prime since he is my mascot for my channel.
Yeah.
He's literally your spirit animal, man.
Yeah, Targets, they're rough about getting them. When they do stock something other, it's you don't know when. And heck, halftime they don't put them on the shelf if they're in the back stock room.
Yeah. Gotta answer that back.
I had the husband and wife team. I went looking for. It's when the Vipers came out. Was it Vipers?
The alley vipers?
They came out, and I looked up and I found the Vipers and Firefly, and I grabbed me a Firefly, and they had 4 Vipers. He's a troop builder, so I hooked up my friend, a local friend, with one of them. So I ended up with 3 Vipers. I posted on like the G.I. Joe collector groups, and like I remember another time I was looking, I ran this husband and wife saying, "Oh, our son loves these." That's apparently a running thing with G.I. Joe groups. People say that they're buying it for their son and they're buying it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when I posted where I found that one, it's like, oh, I found them at the. Everybody kept asking, where'd you get them at? Everybody wants you to, for some reason, in the Facebook groups now, people want you to put the storage you bought them in. I was like, okay. Chris, the town I'm in, Target. Well, I was just there, didn't have them. I guess because I probably got there first.
That's what I'm saying, though. Why would they want to know where you bought them? Obviously, they already stocked, so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to go back.
He asked about like where I got them. It's like, well, I was just there. I didn't have them. I remembered that him and his wife were there. His wife contacted me through a private message, wanting to know if I would sell them to them because it's their wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't reply back. So I remember you from Target saying you're buying these for your son.
Wow. That's scummy, man.
Yeah.
What is
A lot of them out there.
You guys remember the first movie Avenger wave that came out?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we never got those up here in Canada. And a good buddy of mine hooked me up with a set.
Oh, yeah. That's a good fella.
Yeah, he is. So Jared hooked me up. He got me the whole set. And okay, we all know how Black Widow was missing from that set, right? They released Black Widow in the Winter Soldier set. And that was the Mandroid Build-A-Figure wave?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know about down there, but she was literally impossible to find them.
Yep.
Okay, and one day, my wife used, she just sometimes there's a Walmart close to her job. She'd say, "Oh, you know what? I'll stop at Walmart and see if I gotta grab anything, and then on my way to work or whatnot." Right? So I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she'd always check the aisles there to see if Black Widow shows up. And then finally one day it did show up, and she said she like couldn't even her like I can imagine for a collector, but she's not a collector. And she saw her, and she said like her heart just started racing, so she grabbed her. It's the only one they had. And then she said as she was walking away, some dude just looked in her hand and seen her holding it, and he's like, F, and it's kind of like she felt like he was actually watching to see where she went, to see if she drops it anywhere, like she doesn't want it anymore. So she started getting worried. So she's contacting me saying, "Oh, I don't know if this guy's gonna follow me." I'm like, "Well, okay, you know what? Just hang on, just make sure, like, don't go outside. Like you got to worry about something like that."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Some psychos out there. I've come across a couple myself.
Remember Pokemon nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even make sense, man.
I pick up the occasional Hot Wheels too every now and then. Talking about some crazy people. Some of the Hot Wheels collectors I've run into is like crazy. But I ran into some local scalpers up here for Hot Wheels. They go through like. I stopped in. I was needing a jacket. I was going to go check see that. Well, first thing I did, I came into the automotive section, so it's closer to the toy section. And I just happened to glance at the Hot Wheels. They got the new Fast and Furious cars, and they had the 77 Trans Am. I said, that's a perfect smoking event Trans Am. I'll grab one of those. I was thinking to myself, I'll get that. I'll go check for coats, and I will go back and get the Trans Am. But they got a whole case of those Fast and Furious cars. They're like the metal-based rubber tires, the more expensive ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I start to walk toward the close. I see these two guys. They just reeked of Hot Wheels scalper. I was like, I'm just going back to get my car. They were pulling them all off the shelf and put them in their bucket. I just reached over top of them, grabbed the Trans Am off the shelf, said, "Oh, excuse me," and just took it. And so they had like a half a dozen of those Trans Ams, but they were taking them all.
Yeah, stuff like that's pathetic, man. Like honestly.
So I didn't feel bad at all. Just reach over top of them and take the car.
No, you shouldn't have, man. That's dirty. Like, who does that to a person?
Well, being a good sized fella, 6'2" and 13 pounds, most people don't really say too much to me. I'm nice as can be, but I'm also a giant to some people.
I think I only had a couple times when that happened. When they did the vintage card X-Men for like Silver Samurai and some of the other ones, they actually had the whole wave there. So I pulled them all off the shelf and I was like looking at them to make sure there weren't a whole lot of paint defects or anything. And some guy was just standing there staring at me, and I was like, "Something I can help you with?" He was like, "Are you gonna stare at me? You're gonna buy them?" And so I just threw them all in the cart and bought them. Pissed them off. Yeah, he followed me all up the register, and I was like, "You gonna pay for them for me, or you want to walk them out to the car for me? What's your problem?" He's like, "Well, I was gonna buy those." It's like, "Well, you were, but I got there first, so sorry."
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome to
And then I'm not the biggest guy. I'm only 5'9", like 160, and he was a pretty decent guy. And so he's like, I was like, "I'll be on the parking lot if you have any problems, buddy." Yeah, good to come out.
Yes, it ain't no sense in that, man. Like, come on. Can't we all just get along?
There's going to be more coming.
Oh, yeah.
And then I came back the next day, and there was a whole other. They put 2 sets out the next day.
Oh, those things weren't scarce. They were peg warming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some people gotta get the I want it now factor too. Like occasionally it's a scalper, and then sometimes it's just a fan. But god dang, have some human decency.
Yep, that's best. A lot of times that's the best thing to do. If you see it and you want it, get it. Because more likely it's not going to be there when the next time you go back.
Yeah, I still check underneath the shelvings because sometimes people still store stuff underneath those shelves.
Yeah,
I've seen it online. I haven't experienced it around here, but
yeah, I found the Deadpool and Taskmaster 2-pack, the 3x7 5-inch figures, and I was like, God, this is like maybe 2 years ago at a Target. But the whole card in the back, from when they were mopping the floors, water got on them, so it was all peeled back. So I decided to see if they could if they would sell it to me, and if they wouldn't, it's like, well, it's on the registry. I was like, well, I could have told you that.
Some of those times that you kind of wish you just grabbed another Marvel Legend and just rung it up twice or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not crooked. I don't have a crooked bone in my body, so I can't hardly even imagine doing that. So.
Have you guys had a lot of people disclose the figures in the packages or no?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any figure swaps in a while. The last one I saw, they were putting in something for the Avengers, whatever those suits were that they had.
Oh yeah, the
we have a lot of.
Yeah,
we had a sound waves. The sound waves around here got swapped out.
Oh, the Walmart sound waves.
Yeah, they put the freaking the animated series one.
I heard someone talking about that too. It's like they just the announcement with the Legacy Soundwave. They're using the War for Cybertron one.
Yeah.
Well, they made a deal with Walmart. Walmart owns the rights to the mold for the G1 style Soundwave for the one for the Netflix series.
Who thought that was a good idea?
So as part of the contract, they wrote up for with the Netflix special figures.
Is that why I can't get a Bumblebee?
Yeah, that's the Volkswagen Beetle Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the same contract.
God almighty.
So they can't reissue that Bumblebee unless it's through Walmart.
Well, hopefully they will, because I've been I ain't trying to pay $60 for a damn Bumblebee.
That's looking really good.
What do you guys feel about that new packaging that's coming out for the Legends where you can't see the figure anymore?
Mm.
I'm not gonna buy it till then.
I'm just gonna order online from now on. But that if I see it at the store, I mean, I'm gonna want to like check the tape and everything else. But then you don't know because like there's been times where people bring them back and it's a whole other figure and throw it right back on the shelf.
Yep. They don't. Yeah, Walmart doesn't check.
But they don't care if they can even see the figure. They'll put stuff in there that's wrong. And now that you can't even see the figure, it's just going to embolden them even more.
Oh yeah. So it's rely on Big Bad Toy Store and everything else. Just send my stuff to me. That way I know it's going to be the actual figure. But then you can't check the paint apps anymore either. That's the downside.
Yeah. So you can't check the paint stats in the store no more. So.
Nope.
And they're going to turn away the entire Mint Box collectors.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to stop because what's the point of buying a figure if you can't see the figure?
Exactly. I don't know what the hell their reasoning behind it is. I'm pretty sure it's just they're trying to cut corners on cost.
Well, they're trying to be green, but
Yeah.
you're cutting down more trees.
Yeah.
How are you being more green?
Yeah, but
They're just trying to make more green.
You're not supposed to ask these questions, man. You're supposed to just accept it. Drink the Kool-Aid,
You're
man. Drink the
taking the
Kool-Aid.
plastic window off of the see my plastic figure.
Yeah, but they can always recycle plastic though.
Yeah, the plastic's completely recyclable. I don't know. It is.
Yeah.
You know, I throw my figures in the recycle. My figures, my packaging recycle. So. You know, all this talk about scalpers. I remember a few years back. This is when Star Wars Black Series was fairly new. It was close to Christmas. They were having a sale at Walmart. The figures were going for about $10.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it interested me was because it was the wave that had Han Solo and Luke Skywalker dressed in the Stormtrooper outfits.
Oh yeah.
So I said, they come with the helmets and everything. I said, holy you know what? I said, this will be a good opportunity to army build some Stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's...
And, you know, I said, well, $10 a pop, right? So I went, and I remember I'm checking the aisles at this Walmart. My wife was getting off later. I got off, about 8:30 that time, and I had a couple hours to kill. So I said, let me hit the Walmart. So I go up there, and I'm checking the aisles, and I'm not seeing anything. And then I'm about to walk away, and I look. They had one of those centerpiece things, and it was stacked there, but it was kind of hidden. So I said, you know what? I said, let me check. Let me check this out here. And some guy walks up and
welcome to the stream. I didn't mean to kick you, Monatello. I was sitting there seeing somebody come into the stream, and welcome, Steven.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right, you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm so
they got a 4 on the free version. I didn't realize I was kicking.
I am no way new in collecting figures, but I am very new in customizing figures.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Very.
One of the things I collect is Marvel Legends and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and the Mafron toys, and some other stuff.
DaGobiCustoms, he mixes a lot of Power Rangers and Marvel Legends parts together.
Yeah, they actually go well together.
One of the things I've noticed was that sometimes Hasbro would they would sometimes mess up the paint on some of the lighting collection
Be
stuff.
right back, guys. I got a situation.
Yeah.
Like for example, they released a new Lunar Wolf Ranger, and that was there was some paint missing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what the one with the missing paint on the helmet, wasn't it?
No, there wasn't no missing paint on the helmet. I don't think. What was missing was that the boots were supposed to be silver.
Yeah.
And they were white.
What kind of paint did you use?
Huh?
What kind of paint did you use to paint the silver?
I used 1 second. It's the Gundam markers.
Uh-huh.
which they're acrylic paint. 1 second. I'll get it real quick.
Pretty good.
Okay. Whew.
I have to expertly take off the shelf without knocking everything else over.
I call that shelf dominoes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
let me turn my camera on.
hey, Jared, what do you think?
Can you see all right?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, this is another custom I'm working on. So the boots are usually white.
Yeah.
But what I did is I used these markers right here.
Nothing.
And I made them silver, which matched the rest of the plastic.
Sorry, I just had a spill.
And it might be hard to cover bigger surfaces with those markers, though.
One good thing about the markers is that they do dry out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Just spilt my brush cleaner, and it's a paint solvent.
Yeah. Whenever I'm trying to custom make something with paint or anything, it's pretty much me going to uncharted territory.
Yeah.
This section of my cutting mat's gonna be super clean.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta go get the baby.
Oh, alrighty.
Oh no, my
That
snake
looks
eyes
good,
got bad dream.
That's why. That's why I go to these YouTube channels like Collector Express, which by the way, your customs are awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
And they actually look like as if they came out of the factory.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Hey guys, y'all have a good night, man. I will talk to you guys later. As
You have a good
always,
brother.
it's a pleasure. Fatherly duties call.
So
that's kind of one of my goals as a customizer. Is like,
what happened there?
He sometimes presses the wrong button. He'll be right back.
I'm back. Sorry, mouse again. Back button on the mouse, it kicks me out of the stream. And that's the back button, so my phone's right there at it.
Yeah, I don't normally make costumes, but when I do, I didn't mean to say that, but
Yeah.
but what I actually do is I make comics, my own comics,
Oh, nice.
which I'm actually working on a page right now that I've been having trouble with.
I used to draw quite a bit when I was younger, but the arthritis in my hands just don't let me do it no more.
Yeah, same here.
That's why I do customs now. It's my artistic outlet now, and some days the arthritis fights me that. Like today, it was killing me in my hand. It's like, oh, other guys are working on stuff. I was thinking that earlier. It calmed down a bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask, and this is what I asked earlier, was how to get like the custom figureheads that you would get from eBay or anything like that.
Head castings from eBay. I got the Abomination head from eBay, and I've ordered a Lord Pumpkinhead from Big Head Studios. It's on the way. Well, he's having sent it to me again. It got lost in the mail.
Yeah, you know what though? I ordered a few heads, so maybe I'm thinking you're probably dealing with what I got. The holes are like very, very big compared to the peg. Is that the problem you're having?
No, the problem I'm having is that the head, it fits on the body, but it doesn't stay on there because it doesn't have that kind of a ring to hold it there.
Yep. What you need is check out the tutorial section on my channel. It's got a link to these. It's a multi-pack of O-rings. For standard Marvel Legends, just hit my microphone. The 1/4 by 3/8. Those are perfect for standard Marvel Legends heads. And
yeah, there's a tutorial. If you look back at the videos.
Yep. I got a few videos like installing the O-rings in the heads. I cut 1 or 2 videos. The original tutorial, and I got probably I think 2 more doing that.
Yeah, this is the head I was talking about.
Okay, let me blow you up here. Gotcha.
And I was trying to make a Joe Valentine figure.
Well, the body's looking good.
Yeah, the hole's big though, right?
Yeah, it's too big.
Yeah.
Like that's how much. If you can see that.
Yeah.
That's how much room there is.
Now,
that's usually what they do. That's usually what they do when they sell casts. Is they make it a little bigger so that because they don't know if you're going to be using it for a Marvel Legend, for a DC figure. You know what I mean? People use different bases. So what they do is they make the hole a little bigger so that you can size it to what you need. And there's different ways. Like what Jared here was saying. If you look at the tutorial, he shows you exactly how to use the O-rings, and it'll be just like a factory pop when you pop that, and you can remove it easily, but it won't fall off easy.
Take for this head here. This is an enlarged casting of the Marvel Universe A-Bomb, and where it was enlarged from that, the ball socket was ginormous. So I had to take the O-rings and make it fit like the standard size. I took epoxy, built up like the outer ring too. And but you don't have to, if you don't have epoxy, one thing you can do too is use super glue and baking soda. It's a makeshift epoxy. I learned that from watching some of the Hot Wheels guys. And when you get the O-rings in, you get the nice secure fit. You get the pop when you take it off.
Nice.
And you can hold it by the
and
head.
the O-ring just stays in there?
Oh, you glue them in place, yeah. And they stick real good. It's a heavy figure right there.
Well, that's good. That's really good to know.
But now I got to aggravate Hulk Smash Customs aggravate me about doing my Abomination. And since I'm cutting down the painting figures blue pretty good, I can do my A-bomb. You got to do your A-bomb now, mister.
Yeah, I got it. You sent me the head, so.
Yeah.
You got the head.
Until I can get the head fixed up to actually look like the figure has a neck. Everything's just gonna stay in Ziploc bag.
Yep, that's the best way to keep them protected too.
Yeah. Whenever I have figures I don't have displayed on the shelf, I mainly just put them in a Ziploc bag and then suck the air out.
Yep.
To keep it vacuum sealed.
The worst thing you can do for like painted figures is use styrofoam, like packing peanuts and stuff. Bags are the best way to safe keep them. Styrofoam will melt plastic for the paint up for some reason. I found that out when I moved, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
But this is going to work out pretty good. These just quick little kit bashes, just to mix and match some generic female G.I. Joe troop builders. I'll have to figure out a head for the other one, since it's using the movie Scarlet head. It's got a little ball joint.
Yeah.
That's just a great idea about using that aim to spring and the leader's head.
Did you painted the honeycomb there?
I got started on the second coat. I got one of them second coat. Shouldn't be much longer to finish that out.
You're using a green, right? Like a bright green? Or?
Yeah. Try to block some of the light. I mean, turn it. Smack the.
I went to a Target one time, and I noticed there was like 2 boxes of Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
And these 2 figures have been out for quite a bit, and there was stuff missing in the boxes.
Somebody bought them, returned them without the accessories.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he got hit with picked up the Falcon Winter Soldier 2-pack from years ago. I think it was Target exclusive. And he got hit with a part swap, figure swap. They even had glued it was the first Winter Soldier, so it was the one with the bad paint and stuff, with lacking paint. And they had broken it, and they glued like the arm on. So,
doesn't Target even notice stuff like this?
No. I was seeing a figure swap one time where it was the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. It's made Return Gladiator. Instead of the Apocalypse head, had like a hard candy that somebody sucked on and stuck in there in its place.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds very nasty.
Yeah. I was sitting there like, what the hell? I took it to like the First clerk I seen, they're kind of like, all right.
One thing, another thing, and everyone knows about this. You know the new Space Jam figures?
Everybody popping off the LeBron James heads.
Yeah.
They're doing it to the Transformers now too, since they don't have windows.
And I went back to the Target again, and I saw there was a new Space Jam. Okay. First of all, sorry about my stuttering.
Oh, no worries, dude.
It was another LeBron James figure, and this time they had like a wrapping and wires attached wrapped around the head to make sure it doesn't come off.
Yeah, I saw where they had to update the packaging to have like a little plastic bubble around the head. I think it started as like a stupid TikTok thing, and people started doing it. So
yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was, a TikTok thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Stealing heads. They video themselves stealing heads. Put it on TikTok.
Well, good.
Man.
People are weird.
That second dye job seemed to work a bit better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, pieces are still looking a bit black.
But yeah, the Jill Valentine I showed, the blue is Vallejo.
Yeah. It looks like a good coverage.
And for some reason, some of the blue was scraping off.
How many coats did you put on there?
I think one or two.
This right here is what you need, my friend. Mr. Hobby. They got it matte and semi-gloss and gloss, depending on what kind of finish you want. This is magic that makes your figure look like a factory figure. It will smooth out your paint jobs and seal it and make your paint more durable.
One thing I don't like is putting gloss on the figure where it's not necessary.
Exactly.
And
the one things I would do sometimes if I want a really hard coat finish of if I'm worried about like any kind of paint rub, I'll hit it with an automotive clear, which is glossy. Then I'll hit it with the matte. Yeah, this one. I'll hit it with the matte to dull it out. It's the DaGobiCustoms automotive clear. That's one of the hardest clear coat top sealers you're going to get. It does really well. It's just super shiny.
Where was the paint coming off, at a joint?
No, I was rubbing my nail on to make sure it stayed on, and it was just scraping off too easily.
Probably should have sealed it first.
Yeah, I run that with Citadel. Citadels do that a lot. If you don't seal them, they'll scrape off if you just touch them. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with Vallejo. The Sarge is the only one I've ever done anything with so far.
How long did you let the paint dry?
I gave it like either a couple hours or at least a day.
Oh, okay.
And it's still scraped off.
Yeah, it should scrape off just by touching it though. So, like if you're actually digging your nail in, I don't think any amount of curing is gonna prevent the paint from coming off. But if you're just handling it with your hands, it shouldn't come off.
what I used to create the body of the figure was it was the I forgot what that character's name is again. Crazy Jane or no?
Oh, Typhoid Mary.
It's Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the top of Typhoid Mary.
They got the corset top. Yeah.
Yeah. And the arms of it was she's supposedly Magneto's daughter.
Polaris.
Oh, Polaris.
Polaris.
Yeah. Yep,
The
yep.
lower body of Polaris and her arms.
Cool. Now, if you ever need a Marvel Legends with boot cut, one of the few ones we've the full size non-child bucks, White Rabbit, I think, is about the only one that's got a boot cut.
Yeah.
My first attempt was to use the new retro Gwen Stacy body,
Mm-hmm.
but then when I put it together and had it standing for a minute and looked at it for a few seconds, I'm like, that is too short.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just put that figure back together and then looked at the Polaris.
A lot of times it takes a little while trial and error fitting into parts to get the right recipe that you want for something.
Yeah.
And like I always say too, is like anybody working on something, if you have if something's not right and something happens.
Sadly enough, I didn't get doubles of those figures, which I probably should have. So I have one on the shelf and one to customize.
I do that quite often. Like I'll buy two to have one stock and one I'll customize.
Yeah, it also depends if you like the character. Like if you want. If you like the character and you want to keep her on your shelf, and you need her parts, but sometimes you can find, like with the female figures, it's a lot of reissue, so you could probably find a lot on clearance that have the same parts.
Though now that Shriek is out, I might switch the body out for Shriek.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's still on sale. Last week, Shriek was for $11.99 on GameStop's website. I bought a couple more. I like to stock up on that part. I want to end up with the Age Apocalypse Jean Grey upgraded. I want to swap the legs out. I want to paint up so the Shriek legs.
Yeah.
The
thing is, you can't really customize that one that much since there's no pegs.
Yeah, you're kind of limited what you can do with the limbs, but if you're doing darker colors, you can do like if blue with Jean, since she's dark blue and those legs are black, that'll be easy to it's really dark blue. It almost looks like it's black. So I can just hit it with some deep sea blue or something like that. And it should be fine. And then I can paint the red pieces. But changing to different colors, lighter colors, be harder to deal with. Tonight, I was working, we got a question from Thomas. I've been just fiddling around with some G.I. Joe kit batches. Did some mixing around some female G.I. Joe parts. And got just basically like a troop builders what I'm making. I got a mix and match to movie Scarlet with a Lady J. And I used some MCU Marvel jacket and arms. had to drill out the forearms to fit the G.I. Joe pegs. The G.I. Joe pegs are super long. So I had to drill those out a little bit to get them to fit properly. But I took the logo off the back of the jacket, applied a wash, used a movie electric head, makes a really cool looking character. I just painted the armor pads that military green.
It looks pretty cool.
Almost looks like a Laura Croft in G.I. Joe.
It actually does.
I'm going to say it's Laura Croft. There we go. That's what I made. I made a Laura Croft in G.I. Joe attire. Oh, nice. Ninja Mask is going to send some pics of his Dio.
One of the best things about customizing that I've noticed
Hey, Sardo.
is that
Sardo?
unique. Oh, sorry.
And I'm sorry, I was reading chat. I missed what you said.
One of the things I learned about customizing is that, well, for one, if you see a problem with the figure, and there's another figure that you know could help fix it,
Mm-hmm.
you can take parts from that figure as long as you have another one.
Yep.
And change the paint, and then replace what you don't like. And not only that, but you can also make figures that characters don't have figures for yet.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that got me into customizing from the get-go, was making stuff that they don't make or probably never will make.
Like I don't see a decent Resident Evil figure that's gonna be like in 6 inch.
Yep. Would you care if we Ninja Master is wanting to come on and show some of his work? We'll swap out. I can only have 4 on at a time.
Hey, Jared, I'll pop off because I got to take care of a couple things anyway.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on tonight and hanging out with us. And
Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah,
I'll see y'all next week.
Let us know about how the second dye job went.
So far, it's looking good, but I'll let you know. But there is still bronzing on the torso. But there are a lot of dry spots due to the molding process. So it looks like it would probably require a lot of paint.
Yeah.
So it might just be more tasking job than not. So I'm gonna see how this works out. If it doesn't work out, I'll probably buy one of those newer Archangels and see if that dyes up better.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, fellas, we'll pop on out, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, take care.
Have a good one, sir.
Right.
You too, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
So, do you all use dioramas for your figures?
DaGobiCustoms, he makes it's one of his specialties is dioramas. So he was just on here.
It all depends on the space too. If you have enough space to display diorama, right?
Good evening, Sardo.
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right. I heard Dagobi sent you.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain too much.
Well, nobody usually listens, but I do either way.
I know. I always say that at work. People are like, "How you doing?" I said, "Well, I could complain, but would you really care?"
Yeah.
And we got some. Speaking of some diorama pieces, I think cousin just sent some finished works. I'll pull it up here.
Oh yeah.
And let's see, share screen. There we go.
There he is. Yeah. Coming along nicely.
Oh yeah. It's looking good.
Where'd it go? It jumped. Messenger was going crazy. But the barrel looks great, I think.
Yeah.
His stone texturing looks so good.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Looks like I'll be getting more like diorama pieces in the future.
Right. When he initially showed it to me, I thought he was basically done. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not done." I was like, "Oh, well, okay, my bad." You know, I was like, "It's looking pretty good as is," but he's going to add some more detail to it.
This is what it looked like at the beginning of the stream, and he did that much work, paint work.
Wow, that's what's up.
He's a machine when it comes to painting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's done. I can't honestly. I think at this point in my life, I think he's done at least 5 or more customs for me.
Yeah.
Cause I collect third-party transformers.
Oh, same here.
And some MMC stuff, and I didn't care for how some of it looked. And he's gone in, and man, let me tell you, he's made things look damn near real. When it comes to rust, bullet damage, weathering, he's a master.
His weathering techniques is so good.
Yeah.
Especially I think his specialty is metal and rock.
That stonework looks just phenomenal. Yes, sir. And working on the fitting the hands a little better on the using the G.I. Joe hands in the Marvel Legends forearms. They got these long pegs, so I was trying to get them to sit.
Oh yeah, Joe pegs are way good deal longer.
Yeah, it's just insanely much longer.
I want to say too. I mean, cut you off. I've seen some of your work, and it's awesome, man.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, your stuff is. I think he showed me one. I believe it was Prime.
Yeah.
And it looked. I have to say, it looked like an actual store figure. I was like, where can you buy this? I was like, oh no, that's a custom. I'm like, get out of here.
That's one of my goals when I make my customs. I want them to look like you could buy it somewhere.
Right, man, it looks like it.
That's one of the things I shoot for. It's like the smooth finish, clean sculpting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't churn out the amount of customs a lot of people do. Which a lot of great customizers, they can churn them out like crazy. And I'm slow and methodical. I got a little OCD. Like I want to make sure they look the way I want it to look.
Oh yeah, no harm in that. I mean, you're only better for it.
Another thing
Sorry, you go ahead.
Another thing I was wondering is, was that clay that you used? Because I noticed that you used some clay on your Prime figure to get that detail.
Yeah, use Fix It Sculpt. I bought this. I made the decision when I bought this 2011. I bought 3 pounds of it, and I still have a ton of it. Well, all the customs I made. I'm not even hardly halfway through this tub.
And the clay just dries up all on its own.
Yep, that is
2 parts.
2-part epoxy. Recently tried their A's also got epoxy sculpt. It works a little differently. The Fix It Sculpt, you can, as soon as you get it mixed up, you can start using it. This stuff, you gotta let it sit for about 20 minutes before you can actually, after you mix it, or it's just super soft. But it's great for like push molds too, when it's super soft. Like if you have made a push mold out of like a blue stuff or made a silicone mold, you can actually push this stuff into the mold where it's really super soft and it'll pick up all the detail.
because one of the things I was thinking of doing was with the Joe Valentine figure. Well, was a tiny bit of that epoxy or the fix it. You said it was called?
Yeah, fix it sculpt.
Put it inside the head sculpt and then use the peg to mold it to mold it in there so it'll stay in there.
Yeah, you have to, there's a thing you'd have to do though, is you'd have to cover the peg with I'd say saran wrap or something.
Was it like a saran wrap or a plastic wrap?
Yeah, like a saran wrap, or a lot of people have used Vaseline, but you got to watch though, because with this sculpt, what you can do. Do you have a Dremel?
No, I don't have a Dremel.
See, there's actually an easier way that if you don't want to do the O-rings, there's an easier way that I've heard a lot of people doing, is they'll just get hot glue and they'll put some hot glue inside of the head cast. And then what they do is they put Vaseline on the jelly on the peg, and they pop it into the hot glue as it's curing, but they're moving it around so that you're forming a ball joint, a ball in there, and then it won't stick with the glue because you got the Vaseline on the peg. So then you pull it off and let the hot glue dry, and it should work. I've never done it myself, but I've heard a lot of people do that.
I've done it a few times. I'm not real skilled with a hot glue gun. Of course, I got a cheap hot glue gun. I think that's one of the things I got. I got this rinky-dink thing.
Yeah, mine.
That's what I have. Honestly,
I got mine at Walmart.
Same here. Yeah. When I first got started doing toy reviews, it was very rudimentary. I had like a black curtain, and someone gave me some tips saying, "Hey, you need a background, but like don't spend too much money. Just get you a hot glue gun, go to Hobby Lobby or a dollar store, and just build one out of pasteboard."
Yeah.
So that's basically how I started. So yeah, I got the cheapest glue gun from Walmart and just threw it together.
Well, put it this way, my glue gun, I don't know if you were listening earlier. I experimented with hot glue, and I sort of learned how to manipulate it while it's curing. I make like flame effects and stuff like that. And
I've seen people do that.
Yeah, I had the pictures on here a couple weeks ago. It's I made like Ghost Rider flames. The bike was like the wheels are covered in flame, whatnot. And the thing is, people would think that I bought an expensive glue gun. I bought that cheap thing from Walmart. Put it this way: when I'm not using it, if I still have it plugged in, it leaks glue. Like, you know what I mean? I have to have it on something. It's not like I'm using a good glue gun. But yeah, it's tricky to use that stuff, man. You burn yourself a lot too.
Another thing that I'm not gonna get to yet, but I know that the Joe Valentine character, she wears a skirt, but I don't want to use those soft plastic skirts on the figure because I don't want to hinder the articulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people are using soft goods now.
Yeah, there's a. I've been trying. He's got early shifts on, I think, on Mondays, so it's hard to get him on here. I've been trying to. He's Don Sawyer on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
He does beautiful soft goods. I'm waiting for my Maestro Hulks to come in. I'm gonna do a Smart Hulk using one of those. He made me a tank top, some brown slacks, leather belt. I'm gonna be using the KL Juggernaut boots. I'm gonna do like a 90s Smart Hulk with soft goods. Basically, do like a Mezco style Smart Hulk.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
And he's making me he's working on a pit jacket for me too that fits the 80th anniversary Hulk. He's done some really cool stuff. He does all kinds of cool, like, soft good stuff, and
I might be inquiring about one of those pit jackets if he's making them.
yeah, that's.
I would.
I will make you get on Instagram and ask you.
I'm actually thinking of going on eBay and order some of those soft goods trench coats for some of the Marvel Legends because I don't like that they still use the plastic ones.
Yeah, the GPS slot makes some good soft good stuff.
Yeah.
He puts the bendy wire in them, so you can pose them.
Yeah, that's usually why I like if it's a soft good, especially a cape. I like the bendable wire along the lining. Usually looks pretty cool in pictures.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. It's very.
I have a question though. I've been noticing you're making. Is that a Joe character you're making?
What now?
The figure you're working on now, is that a G.I. Joe character?
It's just a kit bash G.I. Joe. I was doing originally I was going to use the parts to make a cover girl. But now that Hasbro's seen the right at ship and they're starting to make more 80s style classic Joes, I just started to make a generic G.I. Joe, and to me it's almost got a Laura Croft vibe to it. I'm just going to say it's a G.I. Joe Laura Croft.
Actually, I can see that. It favors the one from the newer games, which is a little younger.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I used the head from the Netflix Elektra.
Oh, nice.
It's got very much Laura Croft vibe to it.
Yeah, I dig that. Especially the coat area.
The coat came from the MCU Captain Marvel that came Kree Century.
That's right. Yes. I actually picked today. I actually picked up some from one just for customs. I was having my cousin Ashley Fat work on a cover girl for me.
You know what? That jacket is sweet for customs.
Yep.
Yeah, I've become a bit of a IDW G.I. Joe fan, and I know in comics typically the kind of coat she wears.
It fits Lady J torso really well. All I did was with this, I trimmed down the green collar a little bit so it didn't stick above the coat collar on the back, and I just did a black wash on it on all the parts. So I removed the Texaco looking logo on the back. And I'm using the legs from the movie Scarlet. And I painted the armor piece the military green. I think it looks really good. I'm just going to call her Laura Croft.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely.
I just got to find the head for this one. I took the armored torso from the Scarlet and did a wash on the Lady J parts. And that makes it a really cool look, too.
Actually, once you get done with the Laura Croft, all you now is a compound bow and 45. Is she good to go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? There's just, even in the movies, there's the one with Angelina Jolie and even the newer one, there's always been a scene where she's wearing a jacket like that.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And these hands are vertically hinged, so they're perfect for weapons.
Oh, yeah.
I had to thicken this peg up on this one a little bit. Took a little bit of super glue. I just put a dab of super glue on it and hit it with the quick Insta Set.
That's an instant peg right there.
Yeah. The Insta Set, if you're dealing with super glue, you don't want to sit there and wait for it to dry. This is great. You can pick this up at like hobby stores. I got this at Hobby Lobby.
I had never seen that in the Hobby Lobby I'm at.
It's in where the hobby stuff is, where the model paint is.
Yeah.
Model cars and model paint. And you hit your super glue with this, it bonds instantly.
The sad thing is, most of the paint on my Hobby Lobby is either Vallejo or Tesser's enamel, and when I first started trying to custom,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were supposed to use acrylic.
Sticky.
I
They won't dry.
I tried the enamel. I waited for like a day for it to dry, and it was still sticky.
Yep, that's.
And
I think we've all learned that lesson over the years. Like, that's one of the things we learn about the paint on that stuff.
That keeps them from being tacky.
Yeah, it will not set on softer plastics. Now, if this hard torso,
yeah,
you could actually use enamel on that. The hard plastic, the ABS plastic.
Oh,
Yeah, just not rubbery plastics.
But the rubbery legs and shoulders and the arms, you can't use it on that. There's actually a trick where you can, but I wouldn't recommend it unless it's a color you really, really want to use. If you base your like rubbery parts on like a lacquer, let's say like the clear coat,
mm-hmm.
hit that with a lacquer, then you can actually paint over top of it.
You're better off using acrylics.
Yeah, that's a have-to situation of some kind of special color you're going to use, and I wouldn't recommend that, but it is possible.
One paint I'm thinking of trying out is the paint I would always see in my comic book store,
Mm-hmm.
and it's that paint that people use for minifigures.
So,
kind of like that.
Yeah, there's a few different miniature paints. Montesto, I think, was talking about one earlier. That another customizer uses, but the miniature paints work great. I know it's with Citadel though. It's very much like the Vallejo. Until you seal it, it's easier to rub off.
Yeah.
But this Hulk head, it's actually, instead of being a resin casting, it is the epoxy sculpt. I done it when it was really soft. I pushed it in a mold. I was able to mold parts. You can actually get their stuff called blue stuff. You heat it in water, and you can actually make press molds out of it.
Oh, cool.
And I've done that with replicating parts, like with my friend's comic pro friend. I made a custom his character, Aetherion. Very hard name to pronounce. But it has knee pads, two sets of knee pads on each side. They got the same pattern, so I made a mold of the knee pads, and so I was able to replicate them using press molds.
Yeah, that was a lot of detail you put into that thing.
He had the scale mill is one thing I was happy with how it turned out. I used the little things you can find for like stickers and decals and stuff and different pieces. First, if you don't want to sculpt it, look for fingernail art. I was able to find little diamond shapes that people like glue the fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to make scale mail for the art character.
Oh.
And it's basically drop a glue on something, stab the little diamond, drop it in the glue, stick it on the figure. Stab the little diamond, stick the little glue, stick it on the figure. It's a little time.
That was so tedious, though.
It looks great, but it is very tedious.
All right, I got one more question before I go.
Yeah.
Do you remove the factory paint off your figures?
Depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's really depends on what I'm working on. If it's going to interfere with if I want to glue on, like if I'm sculpting or gluing, I'll remove the factory paint. If it won't bother anything, I'll just leave it alone and just prime over top of it. Or like if I was going to use this piece
mm-hmm.
on the back, they got the paint so thick and sloppy, you can actually, your fingernail hits the paint. You hear my fingernail clicking?
Yeah.
That's how thick the paint is.
Oh, that's not good.
So I would actually remove that paint. But on the front, it's thinner. My finger just goes right over top of it. I don't know. I guess somebody's staring at her butt too long when they were putting the paint on. I don't know. This is not the retro little black back piece. This is the back piece they use for Invisible Woman. We got the 2 peg holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere.
I don't even know what they use this.
I've seen that on a Invisible Woman.
You know what would have been awesome? If they put a peg on the back of that cape where it plugged in one of these holes, and it wouldn't have been so awkward to try to move the cape. It would have been fixed on this top peg. Say this top peg, they could have put a peg on glued to that cape, and it wouldn't be flopping around when you try to pose it.
What I wish some of these companies would actually do is replace all the plastic capes with the soft goods, but add a wired line. You know.
Definitely.
But
I seen a meme I laughed at the other day. It's like it was the one like we're trying to be in more green, get rid of plastic, and they had a guy whispering like listed as a Hasbro employee, they can give us more soft goods.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the soft goods capes or any kind of clothing they add for the figure would probably bring the price down a bit, or I don't know.
Oh, they're not going to bring the price down.
It's a good ride. More price drops.
We've all already seen that the price went from like $20 to like $22 now.
Well, they've jumped since 22. Now they're the Siren. Her retail was $26 something.
That's almost $30.
And but GameStop had her for $22.94. So I ordered her I needed her for my Electrocute Customs on. So I got her for $23. But the standard retail on these things, Amazon already marked the prices down. They've marked it down to $22.99. But the standard retail was $24.99 on this wave, I think.
Yeah.
And the next wave is going to be even higher. I think those are the $26 ones.
Well, you know what's going to happen though, right? If they do end up, if they ever decided that they're going to give us the soft good wired cape, is they're going to say, oh well, that's more higher up in the collector's category, so we're going to have to charge more, even though they're using less plastic now, which is cheaper for them. They're obviously going to charge you more money. They're only going to go up.
Absolutely, they're going to try to get us one way or another.
Well,
and if they fix their QC issues, I have a pretty good collection of Marvel Legends, and right now I just about buy more for fodder than I do for add to my shelf.
Exactly.
So there's that.
You know what though? The majority of it's all reissues of different characters we've already got, anyways, right? Like, yeah. I mean,
But the only thing I'm going to be a sucker for when they do stuff, when they put Shriek stuff on the Shriek body, when they redo characters on her, or variations of the Shriek body.
What they should probably do is go back to the figures that didn't do so well, use the new molds.
Yep.
For those characters.
Oh yeah, they could take the Hercules, the retro card of Hercules, where it's got the new legs and stuff, and redo a lot of the bigger characters that's on the Hyperion body. Much as I want to get out of it, I'd be probably a sucker to buy Luke Cage on this body and a new Hyperion on this body.
Oh yeah.
One of the things the Blue Marvel should have been on a bigger body like this, and they put him on a smaller body. It's like I don't understand that.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Blue Marvel is like, and they picked we lost Sardo. Did he drop out?
Yeah, I think so.
But I went and bar him off. But Blue, yeah. They definitely need to work on body selection. They're still screwing up with body selections because they're doing the new Madam Hydra on that skinny leg body, and they're not putting it on the Shriek body. Hopefully this,
and they're still using the old arms set for female figures.
Yeah.
What gets me is like in the same way Madam Hydra is getting that skinny leg body. They're using the Shriek mold for the Shield agents, the Quake and Maria Hill.
I know.
I was like, why is it Shriek on that body? I mean, the Madam Hydra on that body.
Yeah, no, they're killing us.
So I'm hoping this Siren goes on clearance for like Shriek did. I'll pick up a couple of these for female Hydras.
Yeah.
And I'll fix the Madam Hydra by swapping out the parts with the green legs and the stuff. And I don't want to lose those. Those are nice arms. They are single jointed elbows, but they're those sculpted sleeve cuffs from the Hellfire Club set.
Yeah.
But these are much better legs.
After I learned the announcement about the new Spider-Man figures, I was like, I was pretty excited for that. Then the next day, I knew when with the time they were going to release pre-orders. I was like, okay, I'm ready. About an hour later, I forget. I forget until I realize. So I quickly go on their site and it's already sold out of the Renew Your Vows pack.
Check out the Chosen Prime. They still have it up for pre-order, and you can do like a PayPal invoice once it arrives, so you don't have to prepay, and you can, once it arrives, they send you an invoice. You can choose how you want to pay. They're a really good outfit to work with. If you have any issues, there's no problem about. They'll work off and get you replacement parts or swap out the figure. They'll help you out.
Really?
Yeah, they're a small family-run business, and they sponsor like the TF cons. They do really well.
And what are they called again? So I can
the Chosen Prime.
Chosen Prime.
Yep, the Chosen Prime.
So Chosen, CHOSEN. I think it's I'm getting tired. And
I'll put it in the chat too.
All right.
I think it's about time for us to.
I usually
along here tonight too.
I usually order from places like Amazon or eBay. For figures.
I order a lot from Amazon too,
but now
and they have like a pile loot style setup, like a prime stash.
Mm-hmm.
What they call it. And once your once your stash hits $150, they do free shipping.
Really?
Yep. So they'll hold your stuff and for about as long as you want to, and then once you hit piles up enough where you got to reach the free shipping mark, and you get free shipping. They got rewards points too. Every order after you pay for your order, you get points, and those points can be cashed in for like gift certificates. They're a great outfit to deal with.
That's good to know.
I got an order coming in tomorrow from them. I got 3 Maestros. They were the cheapest place you can buy Maestros, $25 a piece.
Wow.
I saw. I was at my comic shop, and I found a pack of a 2-pack of figures that I was looking for, and it was the Juggernaut and Colossus.
Oh, cool!
But I couldn't get it because it was over $80.
Oh,
Yeah, when I saw that the Renew Your Vows pack was sold out.
They sold out the Renew Your Vows pack too.
Oh dang! I'm surprised the Iron Spider hasn't sold out.
He's so expensive for a standalone figure, though. He's $35.
Well, luckily I have him pre-ordered, despite the price.
I guess it's that time.
Yep. Alrighty, fellas. I guess we'll call it for the night. And
All right.
Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Showing me comic stuff and stop screen. Yeah, I got a picture I did a long time ago when I was young and share screen. I've been playing around restoring an old picture I drew on Photoshop.
Yeah.
These are all the characters I made up. I'm going to start making some customs of these.
You want to see the first book I made?
Yeah.
That actually sold like 20 copies of.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Very nice.
Love the chrome cover, like the holographic cover.
Yeah. For the price I was selling it, which I'm putting them on Indiegogo.
Yeah.
If you know what that is.
I do. My friend, it's a comic book pro.
Yeah.
He's got a book on Indiegogo. I did that Aetherion character.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into the comic industry for quite a few years, and I didn't realize that I could just start my own company and do it that way. But yeah, here's the proof version.
Well, can we? I was going to say the interior art was how it looks. Oh yeah. That's really cool, dude.
And it's 28 pages.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Well, thank you for stopping in and talking with us tonight.
Can we do it again?
Oh, more welcome. Come on again. I'm going to have to do the paid version of StreamYard. We're getting some guests now.
And thank you for answering a lot of questions I had about figure customization that I couldn't find the answers for.
Well, that's one of the things I started doing all these tutorials for. It's hard to find tutorial stuff on customizing. A lot of people that do it, like a lot of people that customize, they end up doing for commission stuff, and they don't want to share their secrets, I guess.
Well, I can
help other people out.
understand that you don't want to share your discoveries with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also say that if you don't really share what you've discovered, and you keep it as only you know what it is.
Yep.
It's not going to continue on with everyone else.
Well, that's just it.
And and honestly, that might hurt the figure customizing community.
Well, you just have to check out the list of all the videos. There's so many helpful tutorials on collector expense. So
yeah, I got quite a few tutorials in there. I try to do more when I can. It's a lot of my time for customizing is at night time, so I do want to keep do it in the. I'm a sole caretaker of an elderly handicapped family member, so I do a lot of my stuff at night when she's sleeping. So,
again, before I go, show you a few other pages that I've been working on, or actually some that I kind of screwed up on, but I'm trying to fix. So this is the page 2 of the issue 2 I showed you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed up on. I didn't realize what I messed up on until someone pointed out that I messed up the anatomy a bit. So it's time to try again, and somehow I still didn't get it right. But then I think I might have figured out what I did wrong. Because I don't know why, but for some reason I was having trouble drawing the female character.
Mm-hmm.
But when I learned on how while I was drawing, the way I draw the skeleton is I draw a circle for the chest and a circle for the waist. And
come on back, Sardo. The link should still work.
And what I would normally do is turn those two circles into like a box.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't realize at first until now was to turn those two circles into triangles. Mm-hmm. One going up and one going down, and you pretty much get the female body from that. And then you draw the rest of the skeleton.
It's looking good though.
Thank you.
I can see the evolution between each picture.
Yeah.
Progression from one to the next.
And it also helps to have friends to point out some of those mistakes for you.
Yeah. Sometimes when you stare at something so long, you don't see certain, and your friend will be like, "What about that?" It's like, Oh.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I'm working on.
Hulk Smash has done it to me a couple times.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we're here for, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is another book I'm working on.
Oh, I love that front cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's not ready yet. I'm gonna get the book I'm currently working on done, and then go back to work on this. But this one so far is my favorite page of the book.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that splash, double page splash. That's cool.
Yeah.
She's just annihilating that city.
Drawing all that glass on there is very time consuming.
Oh, I bet.
And, it's 12:30 over here, so I gotta get to
Yeah,
bed.
it is here too. So I think it's about time to call it a night, fellas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for letting me on your stream.
Oh yeah, this Collector Express I consider like a community. Like I want to share, talk with other people, and help who and what I can, and others help me. And like Modesto come last week and showed us how to dye figures. That's something I always was hesitant about. Now I'm gonna be dyeing some parts for a hard case.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna get going. Again, thank you for letting me on. Thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah.
Hope to get on again.
And to everybody watching the stream,
What was it? The Goonies?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, and we'll see you next week. Y'all take care.
Take
All right.
care.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.